cool, folks. That's just how it is. You just have to get used to it. You're going to have to roll with it. So there we go.
What can we see behind you?
I'm just,
it's on your painting.
yeah, I'm trying to get it on my painting, and I'm trying to move my little arm here out. Excuse me. And do like this, and then move it again this way.
Close.
There, we'll do it this way. I think we're going to be able to do this like this. I hope so. I hope you guys are good with that. This is what you're going to see. Okay. Come back. I had folks on here, and welcome live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Okay, folks. We are live, and this is what I am painting now. And there we go. We've got people on already. All right, thank you for coming. Thank you for putting up with my nonsense and trying to get this together. I will sign the back of that for you, but it's on, you have,
It's
if maybe instead of doing it with paint, we have a pen, and I can sign that for you. Or something else other than paint, because I don't want to put it, oil paint on the back of your,
right.
yeah, so
Right.
if we can get a pen, I will be glad to do that for you. All right, folks, I'm just going to oil this down. I have actually started this piece in the studio so that I had a head start so I can actually finish it. So, and I did this really funky background, and I really kind of like, I'm kind of digging the background. I'm going to put a little bit more white in here. And so for those who are following along, I am using a Eclipse pointed round. This is a number 0 by Rosemary. And I'm just going to work from the outside in. And if you're on here, I don't know if I can see the chats, folks. I'm going to try to look for you. I'll put a little bit in there. It's always such an honor to get to meet some of the folks who buy my work, and however they come across it. And oftentimes, as an artist, we don't always know where they go.
Sure.
You know, and so it really is truly an honor to get to meet you.
Well, thank you.
I think it was at I think I told you the story. I was like, I was here and I got to meet a woman named Deborah who bought a couple. She has a couple of my bird pieces, and so folks, I'm standing here talking with Greg, and Greg was able to buy one of my pieces, a print off my website, and like I said, I love getting to meet the folks that pick up my pieces. So, all right, we got, oh, okay, typical, I'm going to say Tripal Talte. Hello. I am not ignoring you. I'm just now seeing that you're on there. So thank you for joining me today. Okay, thanks. Thanks for being here. And we are just popping this stuff in here.
What would you like to interrupt? What would you think maybe about just an SB, very small down
I can do that.
right there?
Sure.
Type of thing?
Sure, I can do that for you.
Okay.
I sure can.
You don't have any red?
With me? I don't think I do. I brought basically,
What you
I'm
were gonna use?
I'm working off the same palette for both pieces today. And
Gotcha.
so I
Makes
just,
sense.
yeah, I just thought, well, this way I don't have to bring all my paints. So it would have to be basically one of the colors you see here. And there's a lot of blue
I was
in
gonna
there.
say the blue
I can
might
mix
be-
a green, kind of a
The blue.
kind of a tealy blue or something would be neat.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Is that a cat? Antonio, that is not a cat, but I will have a cat. There will be a bobcat coming up. I'm going to move this beak out. I think I have the beak a little bit too short. And folks, I'm going to take a break here in just a minute and actually sign a piece for my client. I'm going to first get this Bill, move his beak out a little bit. We're going to... It kind of comes out a little bit more.
Our accountant is a mouse, so we print them out that tiny.
Sometimes the brushes are great and sometimes not so much. And you can tell it's time for me to buy a new brush. It's time to do brushes. Let me get this beak on. And then I'm going to mix a nice blue color to do that initial for you. So to answer your question, Antonio, this is a horned owl. I'm going to put this in here. And let's put a little bit of the white here. So it was kind of funny about when you heard Peggy talking about the owl. I came the last time I did one. I actually just brought one of my paintings, and it was the first time I got to meet the new owners here at Twigs and Leaves, and didn't know, but Peggy collects owls. Yeah, so she actually has. So I
Worked out nice.
yeah, it was nice coming in when you know you've already sold a piece before you even got started. But yeah, she has. And I'm not even so certain she doesn't have some of my other ones that I didn't know that she got. Because I know that owls are just,
Oh, yeah,
they're magical.
My wife loves them. We both do, but I mean,
She really likes her owls. Let's see if I could do this with this brush. Thanks, AJ, or AG. Thank you. Thanks for commenting on my painting, folks. I think that's... And I've got a little bit here. There's some of that internal...
Do you ever take artistic license and say, okay, this is this, but I don't like that, so I'm going to leave it out, or I'm going to put this in? Or,
I do.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. I do that a lot. Of course, I tell my students too when I work with students that remember that a photo reference is strictly a reference.
Right, exactly.
That the art part comes from you, and
Yeah, of course.
you know, I am. You know, when it comes to getting accuracy on something or the there's certain things you just don't do, you know.
Sure, because
But
it's your art. You know, you have a template, so to speak, to go by. And,
Right,
and
right.
Whatever, but when you're,
Wow, Ozzy, my dog says, "Damn, I'd buy that for like $2K." It's like you, Ozzy, you need to just come right on down here to Waynesville, North Carolina, and pick this little sucker up. We're like I said, we're painting live. We're gonna have, I'll have this one done today, and I have one that I'm working on of a bobcat too. So stay tuned for more interesting stuff coming up. So thank you very much for that nice comment. But yeah, I feel like I have a frog in my throat. I think the allergy season is upon us, right? And I'm just kind of hitting and doing some of the textures that you see in this part. Now this part is actually a different color, so we don't want to get too nuts here.
What is that you're painting on? Wood or?
This is a gessoed masonite. It's a super slick panel, and I like working super slick because it allows me to get a lot more detail, and it's great to it's great for detail.
Right, right.
I really enjoy working with that, and when I'm especially if it's a smaller piece. And so we're just getting some of these nice richer tones in here. So I'm painting with, it's hard because the folks online cannot see my palette, but I'm painting with a very direct approach to this painting. I'm really doing very little color mixing, and very little medium is going into my paints here. So just trying to stay as pure as I can. Let's see, I'm looking. And And to answer your question, see, I know the structure of this owl. I've painted horned owls before.
Right.
So sometimes I will say, well, you know what, this is a little bit more pronounced than I want it to be. So I might,
Gotcha.
dampen it down a little
Yeah.
bit, but, or change the angle that the animal's looking, or, something like that.
Exactly.
But I like to have that little.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, where are those? Let's see here. That kind of comes down a little bit here. Now, see, this is what happens when you have a frayed brush. Rosemary, if you hear me, I'm gonna have to gotta get another order in. You hear that, Simi? Those are the good folks at Rosemary and Company. It's what my brushes I use. Yeah, and they're awesome. I am lucky enough to. I know I've got I have some brushes that are, or a brush allowance that's already banked up as an affiliate. So instead of holding on to it, I just need to spend it.
There you go.
Let's see, we've got 11 folks watching. We're doing good. So you guys even put up with my nonsense of trying to get this on. I've been bad. I have not been posting like I should to my YouTube channel. I've just been really busy with a lot of projects, and I just haven't. Come on, Sue, get it. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that color for you to do your. You want me to just do the little SB?
Yeah. I think that'd be
Okay,
cool.
I'm gonna put a little bit of green in that too. All right, if you don't mind to hold it up for me. Hi there.
Hey, hi. Hold it
I will do that.
steady and
Hold that steady for me. I can add a little weight to that.
a little way, yeah. She'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, just signing a piece. There we go. At least you got an actual signature on there.
Yes, well, yeah, that's super.
I
Thank
am
you so much.
I am so glad that I got to meet you.
Glad to meet you. Maybe I'll get up to,
Kingsport, Tennessee. You need to come by.
yeah. All
Come
right.
by. It's a good place.
I enjoyed it very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you.
Great.
And, all right, we'll look forward to seeing you. And thanks for letting me see that. And thanks for letting them see it, because they've been on the folks here at Twigs have been on the website, on my website, looking at the whole concept of the print on demand, because they just bought a whole printing place. So
Really?
I'm excited about
Oh.
that.
Well, that's,
Being able to, they're going to make that, that available to their artists. And so I'm
That's
excited.
that's,
I'm really excited.
where do these get printed? I saw where it came.
These?
Yeah.
That's off of Phazo's website. That started, Phazo is the company that carries my website. And they're the ones who did, as a beta test, the print on
I remember you
demand.
telling me when we were talking on the phone. Wow. What
And
a
so,
beta.
so once they were doing that, I was like, sure, I'll try it. And it's nice because it does offer an opportunity for people to buy your prints as well. And that way I don't have to keep a big inventory of
No,
prints.
And it was very user friendly.
Good.
A lot of things become tedious or this and, oh, you can't do that, or you go, anyway. The
Right.
bottom line was, especially the putting it together, the only thing that's why I called you was, okay, let's talk about, I want to achieve this.
Right.
Rag paper, canvas, all of these different things, to me were, I didn't get enough from the website. It had
Right.
a great choice on paper. That's my wife telling me where we're having lunch.
Good.
But anyway, so it's real good. There were just a couple little things that were missing, but it was wonderful talking to you.
It was
and-
definitely wonderful talking to
and
you, and
meeting
I
you
always
and coming
appreciate
here.
that so
Yeah.
much.
All right.
And by all means, if you haven't already, join my
Okay.
what am I trying to say? My mailing list on my website.
Uh-huh.
I have a mailing list that you can join. I'm not one who really is good about sending out newsletters, but I try to every now and then, and even if it just means to inform you, like there might be a sale, like a lot of times I might have a sale going on in my studio for some of my older pieces.
Okay.
That's a good way to find out, or even to follow me on YouTube and on my Instagram as well, because I'm really active on especially on Instagram. I'm on Instagram all the time, so that's where you'll hear a lot, like, "Hey, I got 40% off in my studio right
I
now."
don't do those things much.
You're not a no.
By text, I'm doing
You're doing good to text. I get you. I
Okay,
got you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
so
It was great
much.
meeting you, and
It was
hopefully
my
we'll
pleasure.
See each other again.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yep. Told her, I said 1 o'clock.
It looks like it's
Start
raining now.
I brought my raincoat, not for me.
Ah, so somebody else will stay dry.
No, the painting.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go. There you
How
go.
about that, huh?
Keep it. You're good.
Not for me.
You got your priorities correct.
Right. She said no, sweetie, I'm taking it, so I gotta find out where we're. She said Bojo, and I think that's right next door.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Brutal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like raptors too. I like painting. I've done some hawks, but owls are just kind of, I love them. Okay, and Marwadi Woodwork, I really like your artwork. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. For folks who haven't been on my website, you can check me out there at SBJ Fine Art, and
Sweetheart.
and you
Standing here.
and you can see a lot of my work there as well. I have obviously you're on my YouTube channel right now, so and I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much, Marwadi. I thank you for liking my videos and subscribed to my channel. I appreciate that a lot.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Excellent. I'll see you shortly. Love you. Bye.
Okay.
Sweet onion.
That's where you're meeting.
Yeah, right down the, around the corner.
Good.
All right.
Well, stay dry.
I'm okay. I don't care about me.
Well, thanks for keeping my painting. That painting that needs to stay dry.
That's right.
I need to add a little bit of weight to that. It's not really kind of translating here. Here we go. A little bit more.
Take care.
Take care. See you later. Let's put a little bit more dark in there. Sometimes I get a little bit too blendy here, and I don't like to be too blendy. For folks who might be watching, I do have a workshop coming up in Cartersville, Georgia, at the Booth Art Museum, and it's on painting. It's a pet portrait painting workshop, and it is July 19th and 20th. I hope that if you're watching and you might want to consider coming on and joining my workshop, I'd love to have you. I love when I actually get to meet the folks that watch my YouTube channels. It's exciting to me to get to see that and get to meet everybody. So I'm just kind of popping in this little bit of color here because I'll have something to jump off of, meaning when I go lighter, and I'm just going to blend a little bit of the edges. Hi from Finland. Hi, LK. From Finland. Wow. And thank you so much. I appreciate that. You said my painting was amazing. I appreciate that. I hope to get this one done within the next hour or so. so that I can start on the bobcat. So if you're, it's basically I'm working off the same palette for both pieces so that I didn't have to bring a lot of paints. Let's just be honest. Now, I live in Kingsport, Tennessee, and I am in Waynesville, North Carolina. So I left the house probably around 10-ish, I guess. And, okay, so Marwadi says, I don't know English. I want to practice a little English with you. Well, you look like you're doing a great job. I'm writing in English using Google. Good job. Well, I can understand you, so I appreciate that. Because I'm not sure where you're from. But I appreciate you tuning in and putting up with my, trying to hear my language and figure out what I'm saying. Now, I will use the brush stroke kind of going up a little bit. And I'm using a little bit of linseed oil when I need to. And I could be using a flat. Okay, so LK says, oh, right, cool. How long have you been working on this piece? On this piece, I actually started it in my studio in Kingsport because I knew for a live demo, I wasn't going to be able to go start to finish and complete a piece in the time frame that I had. So I did, all full transparency here. I started this piece and did an underpainting in acrylic paint, and just so I can see it real quick and see if I had to make any adjustments. And then I put a thin coat of oil paint on top of it, and then I traveled with it. So I was able to make some corrections. I had it a little too narrow in some areas, and I just kind of do it really quick. But I want it to be accurate, right, for this particular species of bird. And so that's important to me. So all told, I guess the amount of time that went into it, I probably had an hour in it already. And by the time I finish it today, it'll probably have about close to 3 hours, if that answers your question. I like painting too. Sometimes, so Marwadi says he likes to do a little painting too. I do also. I like painting. I don't do woodworking though. So you got me on that. So FZE, this piece is really good. How long does it take to be able to paint like this if you are a complete beginner? Okay, good question. Well, a lot of that depends. So how's that for an answer? I work with students that have never painted before. Now, and I can usually get them within the first month of lessons, painting pieces that they're very proud of. And now my background is in animal science, and I actually at one point thought I wanted to go into ornithology. So I know the structure of the animals that I'm painting, and I try to capitalize on that. I try to paint what I know. And so as far as the accuracy of my paint strokes, etc., that's going to come, that's the technical stuff, but the knowledge of knowing the species that you're painting, it does factor into the work. So yeah, that's a good question because it does depend. It depends on what you're doing. Let's see. YouTube people. We've got people from all
Brass-
different countries right now.
Brasstown, North Carolina.
There you go. Representing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is I was just telling the folks on YouTube. I started this piece at my studio at the in Kingsport, and so that I can finish it here, I've got I'm actually going to start into one of a bobcat next. So and I'm using the same palette, so it makes it
We
easier.
have a trio of owls at my house.
Oh, how
So
exciting!
when one gets started, they all three got to talk.
Oh,
Big conversation.
I bet you have all kinds of stuff going on at your place.
It gets a little loud at my house.
But I bet it's exciting.
you.
Thank you. I love talking to the folks. Okay. So I just wanted to warm up the top of that eye. You know, they have a bird, you know, that nice kind of ridge here, and that helps shadow the eye. And you can tell a lot about what time a bird hunts, as far as an owl, by the color of their eyes. So the yellow or gold-eyed owls often are hunting more during daylight hours. And your black-eyed birds, like your barred owls and barn owls, they have black eyes. And they hunt more at night. Or at dusk. You see a lot of them out at dusk. I'm going to pull this out a little tiny bit. Let's see. Right now, I'm not able to understand your English. I do not know English, so I'm slowly practicing and trying to understand your English. Well, and you speak Hindi. Now, I had a young man that used to jump on my YouTube all the time, but I haven't seen him in a long time, who is from India, and he was such a good artist, too, for somebody so young. I couldn't believe how great he was. Young kid. I think he was like 13. But he was really good. I'm bringing this eye out a little bit more. And I'm going to give this eye just a little bit more color. Shoot. So if you start picking up other colors, see, I started picking up some of the black and I didn't mean to. So I'm going to clean that brush off. Now, understanding the opacity of your paint is important if you're an artist. And I am actually covering up with an opaque cadmium yellow and titanium white. So just do that a little bit, just enough so you can see it. Now I'm going to take a little bit of this blue and black.
I gotta find her address, but we at least got her. No, I mean, I have her contract. I didn't know if I gave it to her and she didn't bring it back. Oh, yeah, and we could at least put her name in. We don't know, we could put her phone number.
Okay. Hi there.
This is Suzanne Barrett Justis, one of our painters here. She's doing a little demo today. And then we have another artist, Tamara Klingstein, one of our glass artists in the back, who's doing some glass work. So be sure to check them out and then let us know.
And we're putting a little shine in that eye, because you know the eyeball is round. Actually, thank you. I am sick. Sick in the head. Thank you very much. And I'm putting a little bit of the shines going into the eye. And I'm going to pick up a little tiny bit of white, titanium white, and I'm going to emphasize that little shine just a little bit more. Just like that, just so you can tell, because the eyeball is round, the top of the eye is what's catching the light. So, and I'm going to put, since I've got this little brush out, and this is still coming. This beak is still not right, and there needs to be. I got it too straight down. It needs to come out a little bit more. So we're going to do it again. We will get it right. Until we get it right, we'll just keep doing it. So this comes out this. Come on, Sue, you can get this. There we go. We're gonna cover that up and pull that out like that. And then we're gonna put it in again. So we're gonna, sometimes you have to do it a couple times. Oh, wow. So you said you were randomly scrolling and saw this, and I was expecting this much views. Well, I appreciate you stopping. I appreciate you being here. Akshit, hopefully I'm not killing your name. But I do appreciate you stopping in. This is a beautiful art gallery, and they have just so many neat types of art, and I think there's something for everyone here. So if you happen to be in Waynesville, North Carolina, please come by Twigs and Leaves Gallery and check them out. They have a lot. It's all very much a nature-inspired art gallery. I'm going to actually take some of this part of the beak out. We're doing a beakectomy. How do you like that? There's an area, there should be more space between this area, between the lower and upper mandible. So yes, I understand. It seems like we have a lot of folks from abroad today that are on my channel. We've got folks from Finland and India and all sorts of places, so that's kind of exciting. I'm actually going to warm that white up. I'm going to put a little yellow ochre into my gray here and make this a little bit bigger. And we're going to give it a little bit. I'm just going to go like that. And I just created a lot more shape, and we're going to take some even more out. There we go. See that? I just sharpened his bill and created more space, all with just a few strokes. And I think I'm getting closer on the actual bill being correct now. Now I'm going to bring just a little bit of lighter. A little bit. I think I need to bring out a little bit more black this way. So I just keep doing it until I get it right. So I'll do it from the inside and press a little bit. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to take that part out.
All right, you want to try the agave wine?
Sure, if you're buying, go, girlfriend. Thanks.
Sugar Daddy Roger's buying.
That's right. Thanks, Sugar Daddy. Appreciate that.
You just got to call her Sugar Daddy.
That's what she said. I'm just going with it.
You're buying. I was like, Roger.
You're going.
So there's a blood orange one and something else. You like blood orange?
I like blood orange. I like peach. I like
Okay.
I like it all.
I'll get us a little sample.
Thank
You
you.
want anything, Roger?
Actually, I might pop over there and. Oh, Tracy. Yes,
Do you want anything to drink?
I'm gonna
Or
pop
you-
over.
All right, I'll be right back.
Thank you. There we go. I'm happy with the bill finally.
Next to the ice cream shop. It just smells like waffle cone out there.
Oh, yum. Yum. We've had a lot of folks. We've got a lot of folks on. See, they're all. Somebody says, Akshit is from, where are you from, Akshit? I have people from Finland. This is really inspiring. This is, LK is from Finland. This is really inspiring. She says, I feel like I learn something new every time I watch other people paint. You know what? I do too. Just saying. I learn a lot by watching other artists. So we've got people from all over.
Fantastic.
And we're telling them all about Twigs and Leaves.
Well,
So
Please
you've got
come
you.
visit.
I know, right? So if you're from India or Finland or wherever you're from, come on.
You can check out our website as
That's
well.
that's right. You can go on the website at twigsandleaves.com. Check it out. You can actually see a lot of my work as well as a lot of other nature-inspired work by other artists. It's a great website. And since I know a lot of you are abroad, you can't exactly get over there, but you can get over there virtually to Twigs and Leaves. So go check it out. Definitely check it out. We're going to switch brushes. We're going to go with a little bit wider brush. I'm going to use, this is a number 1 Rosemary Series 279. This brush actually is, oops, let's see if I can show it to you. The 279 series is a natural hair brush. And I like using it. It gives, it has enough give. This substrate that I'm painting on, it's a gessoed masonite, so it has it doesn't have a lot of give to it, but it's okay. I love painting on it because I can get a lot of detail. That's why I like it. Thanks, Mel. I appreciate that.
I mean, I'll be right back.
I appreciate that a bunch. And I'm just going to try to get some of these darker values in here. If you know me, you'll know that I'm all about dark values. And my students to the point are like, okay, I know, it's not dark enough. It's almost kind of a meme. It's funny because they're like, oh, I know what you're going to say. It's not dark enough. But I always want to see the dark values first. So actually it asked what type of paintings you do. Okay, I'm using oil. This painting itself actually has a acrylic paint underpainting is what I did first, because like I said, for those just joining us, if you're not familiar, I did start this painting at my studio in Kingsport, Tennessee, so that I could actually complete 2 pieces in the time that I'm actually here painting. So it's not really cheating per se, but it gives me an opportunity to actually get it done for you. So, but I am predominantly a oil painter, and that is what I liked. That is what I like to do. But I have started, my first medium was to paint in watercolor and gouache. Then I went from watercolor and gouache to acrylic paint, and then from acrylic paint to oils. I hope that answered your question. All right, I'm gonna wipe the brush off and just pick up some ivory black.
Tell me how far that wire goes.
It goes down about 2.5 inches.
And I'm just getting in here in some of these areas. It's almost like he has a little bib. Now there's some other stuff going on here. Thanks, Akshat. I like doing what this is. I'm lucky that I get to paint. It's what I love doing. So I'm gonna bring this up a little bit just so I have a little something to bounce off of. And so I can, a lot of times I like to remind people that brushes don't just only work in one direction from top to bottom. They also work from bottom to top. Kimberly, hey, how are you? Have I ever painted with alkyd oils? Are you talking about like water solubles? Not a fan. If that's what you're referring to. I like traditional oils, and the problem happens with, unless you are good about keeping your paint separate, it can be a nightmare. I've had students come in and want to, they picked up a tube of paint because it was on sale. It said oils on it, and then we get them into the pile of paint. It turns out they're the water mixables, and it just causes so many problems. I am not a fan. I don't use them. If that answers your question. Oh, thank you for following me on Instagram, Marwadi. I appreciate that very much. Let's see here. We're gonna put a little bit of this in here. We've got,
There's no blood orange, but these are the options.
anything you got is fine.
Well, it's these agave
Oh,
wines.
I have had this before. The Flybird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the flavors they've got. They've got a pineapple jalapeno,
Oh.
Baja lime, watermelon cucumber, grapefruit, and
I like the
spicy tamarind.
I like the Palamo, but I would love to try the jalapeno.
Okay.
Yeah. Yay, we're gonna do some margaritas while we're painting. This will get really fun. This is gonna be a fun day. So for folks that are watching along, yeah, I might get real sloppy with my painting. I hope not. No, I'm teasing. Trust me, I'm a big girl. I can do this. I can drink margaritas and paint. Okay, so Kimberly says, no, they are infused with an alkylate medium so they dry faster. I also don't like water soluble. Okay, see, I wasn't even familiar, Kimberly. I have seen the fast dries, and I think a lot of plein air painters do use those just because you gotta tote those things along. I don't. I'm just traditional, very traditional. So, I do some plein air. It's funny, I just
Yeah, she just had something stuck in the end.
I just came back from Washington, D.C. And while I was there, got an opportunity to go to a really cool museum that I am hoping that has a whole big outdoor, it's an estate, it's an old estate, so it has a beautiful garden. And I thought, oh, now this is going to be a really nice place to bring some plein air painters. Now, I do not claim to be a professional plein air painter because I just a master at it by any means because I don't do enough of it. But I think it would be a lot of fun to do, to bring some folks out. And so I intend to bring some of my students with me, and we're gonna go make it a big plein air day. All right. There's actually a little bit of a black right in through here, so I'm gonna have to put that in here before I get crazy with this. Okay, so Akshat asked, are you a full-time artist or is this just some part-time hobby stuff? Nope, this is what I do for a job. I have this is my, what I do. I have an art studio gallery in downtown Kingsport, Tennessee, where I'm open to the public. People can come in, they can watch me paint, they can buy paintings off the wall there. But I also teach in my work, in my studio space. So, I'm gonna put a little bit more blue in that. So hopefully that answers your question. Now, this is what I do. This is my full-time profession. And very fortunate. Well, I'm glad this helps you learn English by watching the videos. Then you get to learn how to speak East Tennessee too, which is an English all its own. Actually, I joke and say that because I'm originally from New York State. So when my family first moved to Tennessee, I had trouble understanding people, and I would say, "What?" And they would just say the same thing louder. I'm like, "No, I'm not deaf. I just don't understand what you're saying."
I can always tell when Peggy's been to Kingsport. She comes back and, oh, I can tell.
Yeah, you picked a little of it up. Well, what's funny is since we're going to be drinking cocktails,
Yeah.
I'll get a lot more New York.
Okay.
And it's funny. But I remember a boy in class asked me, first day of school at Dobbins Bennett High School, and I didn't know anybody. I was new, and the boy behind me says, "Do you have a pen?" And I was in a science class, and I thought, was I supposed to bring pens? I thought he meant like pens.
Uh-huh.
I said, "I didn't bring any pens." And he goes, "That's all right, I'll take a pencil." Oh, you wanted a pen. That's just like tin, tan, and tan. It all sounded like it the same thing. You get a tan on your arms in the summer, you kick a tan can, and you got tan fingers. And I'm like, it was different. It was
That's a transition.
It was a transition, but now I'm good. So now these good folks here, they're laughing about the pencil. That's right. I didn't understand what they were saying. I was like, it was honest. I was just saying, what?
Would it be worthwhile putting an hour that out there and say, artist demo?
Hey, config, great. You're also an artist. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. What type of work do you do?
Put plastic over it.
I'm gonna put a little.
Well, when Tiffany comes back, we'll have her.
I'm not joking. I really don't know English. I am speaking to you with help of. That's okay. I appreciate the effort that you're doing to be able to communicate with us, Marwadi. That has to be very hard. I speak very little Spanish, but I go to Mexico quite a bit, and what's wonderful is the folks there are so patient with my really bad English, and it gives me an opportunity to try Spanish, and I am always grateful for anybody who is trying to learn a new language. So I appreciate that. Add more details. Don't worry. I am a detail person. This is what I do. So stay tuned. It'll be more details, but I will probably be flipping between the two pieces. I want to get them both completed during the time that I'm here. And I love using just that little, lifting up a little bit here at the ends of each little flip. It gives it that soft edge when you're painting into paint. Unknown Waves, thank you so much. I like your painting. What time is it there? It is currently 1:25 in the afternoon here in Waynesville, North Carolina. So we are on Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So I'm going to use this white. I think I have to use a different brush because this is flaying on me a little bit. We're going to switch back over to this one. Now this little brush, I'll tell you what, this was a free one. It was given to me by Scott with Jerry's Artorama out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He gives me stuff all the time to try, and I will plug his stuff for him as long as he wants me to. This is a Princeton Velvet Touch long round. It's a number 10, and I'll tell you what, I'm able to sometimes start and complete a piece with this one little brush and it's actually technically, I think, a watercolor brush, but it works great for what I do. So I will be using this quite a bit. Now this will look like white paint going on, but it's actually a very light gray. And I'm going to just kind of hit these little areas around there. The owls will have, it's kind of like a satellite dish. Their ear holes, their ears, they've got these feather tufts that look like ears. But if you looked at an owl's skull, the holes where their ears are actually off center. Like one will be lower than the other. And if you push their feathers aside, you'd be able to see this hole. So if one is this low on this side, it's high on the other. It's interesting. And I find that fascinating. But anyway, a lot of these circular feathers like this almost work in pulling the sound into their ear holes. And I think it's really cool. Let's see here. Mariah says, so I can also learn Spanish. What is wrong in that? I also want to learn Spanish. I like to learn languages too. It's a cool thing. Should ask, any idea about cricket? No, I know nothing about cricket other than the insect. You can also study English with different language apps. Yes, and I use Duolingo is the app that I use usually before I go on a trip. I am oftentimes, hi there.
Popcorn too.
Oh yay, food is good.
Okay, the blue one's mine. So
Okay.
there's just a splash of club soda in there, I guess.
Okay,
with it.
thank you. I appreciate that. Hi, how are
This is our
you?
friend Kim.
Hi Kim, it's good to see you.
Good to see
And I'm really
you.
excited about trying this one out.
You're so precious. Where do you live?
Kingsport, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's who we went up to
She knew
visit.
Peggy's little brother.
Oh
She
yeah,
grew up
she's
with
partied at
little brother.
Peggy's family house.
That is precious.
And it was so odd to find, oh wow, you're from Kingsport. Oh wow, just to find it's a small world.
It is a small world.
A real small world. Are you from here?
No, we moved here from Charlotte 2 years ago.
From Charlotte.
Yeah, so.
Another really fun town. We've got folks, all kinds of folks here. Oh,
No, it's
thank
amazing.
you. Oh, thank you for Config Great for becoming one of my basic supporters. I appreciate you so, so very much. Awesome. I like it when that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull it down. So this is on YouTube. So y'all are, this conversation will be on YouTube.
Oh,
So
I love it.
Everybody's
Hi.
people are saying hi, folks. We've got folks from
Butch, Kim's buying a big painting.
I love the way you say Duolingo. There you go.
That could go over one of your 12 fireplaces.
There you go.
Butch isn't member right now. Hopefully he'll win a big.
There you go. They bought an old historic home here, like
Oh, nice.
Civil War home, and
That
they're
we're
restoring it.
Oh
and-
boy, that's a lot of work
The
though,
second
huh?
oldest home in the county.
Oh, exciting though.
They bought the land in 1805 from the Cherokees.
So when they're done, we're gonna help decorate.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, that piece right there needs a
I just
needs
need
a
an
really
unlimited-
That's an
sound.
award-winning
Yeah.
piece right there.
It is that
First
that.
place of the American
No.
Portrait Society.
Now this is the American Portrait Society show, which is interesting is. As a wildlife artist, I'm kind of in that genre, and I'm known in that genre. But for the Portrait Society to put my piece as the second place, it took second in their animal division. I was really excited.
Yeah, that is
because it
wonderful.
kind of pulled me into another genre of
Yeah.
viewers. So
That's very cool.
it was cool. I was
Pleasure
excited.
to meet you.
It was my pleasure. It was
Thanks
my
for,
pleasure.
Being my little waitress.
And thank you for bringing me cocktails. I'm always happy when people bring me cocktails.
You should be
I
on
hate
payroll.
That's right.
We're gonna pay her to be an influencer. That's what we're gonna do.
There you go.
That's what we need.
We'll pay you. We'll send you home.
All
We'll
right.
pay you in treats.
So Config, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let's see, can you turn the camera and show us around? I will, when I get done painting, I'll go ahead and show you all around. Hi to the people behind the camera. Yay. So that was kind of fun. You don't understand. They're bringing me, cocktails. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you today?
Very well, and you?
I'm doing well too. Thank you. Oh yeah. Yes, it's nice to meet a lot of really cool folks. A lot of neat folks here.
Butch partnered up with.
I need a little flat would be a really good brush. And thank you so much, Config, for joining my membership program on my YouTube channel. I appreciate that so, so very much. That's and you'll get to know too before a lot of other folks might know when something's coming up. I'm surprised I haven't seen Joy Lynn on there. Joy Lynn is one of my followers on my YouTube channel and one of my also one of my members. And I'm hoping that Joy Lynn, if you hear me, Joy Lynn, I hope you're planning on coming to my workshop that is in Cartersville, Georgia on July 19th and 20th. We will be doing pet portraits. So if you're around, I'd love to have you there. Okay, let's see here. I'm watching. I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing here. This is one I wish I had a little flat. I didn't bring a lot of brushes with me. I just grabbed some and I'm going to put a little bit light here.
Rethink this.
We're going to lighten up some of this area over here where the fray goes into the... No, I do, actually, I do not stream daily. I wish that I did. I wish I could, but I do not. I do not. Now I paint daily, and a lot of times, since you're going to be following me on my Instagram as well, you will see a lot of you'll see a lot of me. Let's just say that. Usually, I'll do a lot of like 1 minute little pieces.
The women pay as much as the men.
just kind of doing a light hand here.
Oh, well, they didn't ask me, so,
One down there tomorrow to see how much you did.
okay. Well,
I'm going to put a little bit more yellow.
hopefully.
Let's see. Well, good night, Marwadi. I guess it's late where you live, so you have a good night. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for joining my other social media sites. I appreciate you.
She's on.
Let's
Oh,
see.
she's, Bobby's playing now.
Huh?
Bobby's
Oh,
playing.
he's finally playing, okay.
Yeah, so she's happy now.
Yeah, she was like, the cello player's gone. Okay, good.
All right,
I'll see you later.
I'll see you in a little while.
I'm like, no, man, over.
So Peggy loves to, there's a cellist that plays over here every Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And so she loves to go upstairs and open the window and
To
listen.
hear the cello playing?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
how beautiful. I have I struggle playing the violin. I have a violin in my studio, and one of my students we swap. So she teaches me violin and I teach her how to paint. And I am not good. I promise you that Peggy would not put down her window to listen to me. But I totally get that. I totally appreciate the music when I hear it.
Okay, let me know if you need anything.
Okay, thanks, Roger.
Okay. Oh, that's-
Okay. Do you do it often, you'll grow? Oh, you mean on as a live streamer? Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that too. I sometimes feel actually that I have too many irons in the fire. Do you know that phrase? Oh, there's Jerry. Hi, Jerry. Jerry is one of my. She's been one of my students. Has attended some of my workshops, and she's a totally awesome painter. How are you doing, Jerry? She says, hi, as far as brushes go, do you ever use a bright, a short flat? I was just saying, not even a second ago, Jerry, that what I right now would like to have is a little short flat. I did not bring a short flat. Hi there, how are you?
Pretty good. You eating and painting?
Eating and painting and talking to folks on YouTube.
You do that?
Yes, sir.
Golly.
That's amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We're doing painting live, and then I will, after this one's completed, excuse me, I'm sitting here eating popcorn and
Yes.
after this one's completed, then I'll be starting one of a bobcat.
Oh.
Same
awesome.
palette though, the same
Yeah.
colors, so it makes it easier for me.
Yeah.
You did that freehand.
Yeah.
That's
I-
a
Man, you're
great horn.
good.
That's a great horn down.
Mm-hmm.
Now, hate to sound dumb, but what's this thing sell for?
This is an 8x10. I have the frame for when it's complete, and it will probably run about $750 here. You can buy it right here. And
Awesome.
he'll have it for you. So, and he's hoping you'll buy it because he doesn't want his wife to buy it.
That's right.
His wife already said she wanted it, and
Yes,
so
beautiful.
do Roger a favor and pick this little piece up.
Yes, yes.
Pick this, you can pick up this little piece.
And Roger's have to do me a favor.
Okay.
My wife was- I cannot believe
We have
that.
several.
Yeah,
of her.
thank you.
It's gorgeous.
She, this.
Oh,
this
right
elf
over here?
That elf.
That piece is an award-winning piece. It actually won second place in the Portrait Society of America's show. So that's a fun piece.
Where'd you learn to do this?
My mother's an artist.
Oh, really?
So having, I always had the opportunity to paint as a kid. And
Did you go to college and stuff?
I did go to college, but my degree is in animal science and agriculture. I studied, so I have a degree in animal science and a minor in wildlife management and anthropology. But I didn't take painting.
Man,
as
I
a-
tell you what, you're good.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
I'm playing with numbers.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
800 bucks.
Let's see, cool, thanks for doing this live stream. Sure, Jerry, I'm glad you were able to join me. I do like using short little brights and flats occasionally. It's funny. For the longest time, I avoided using them. I just didn't. And now, because Reeves, you've met Reeves. She got to where she was using just all flats. And now, because she was using them, then I started using them, and it's like, okay, it's kind of catchy. We all started using them. So folks, I know you don't know this, but I'm enjoying a jalapeno margarita. Yeah. It's fun day here in Waynesville, North Carolina. Come on down.
My wife knows it's not really fun. She might think she is.
See, this is why you got to do them a favor. You got to buy this piece, man.
Right. We already have some of Suzanne's work upstairs. That I know of.
That's right. You don't know about the stash that she's holding out on, right?
It'll show up one day. Oh no, we've had it for years.
That's right. It's sort of like clothes and shoes.
Buy something, get those.
This whole thing. This whole thing.
Hey, you just now noticed it, but I've had it for like 3 months now.
Yeah, and then you can just turn it around on them. You haven't noticed that I've worn this like 6 times already, and you're just now noticing? That's it. That's how the game's played. Okay, I'm just giving that little eyelid a little bit more detail on that. This is fun stuff, y'all. Yeah, just this little area of them. Sometimes when the load that you put on your brush should just, I know it's hard to see, but I'll sometimes just load that very, very tip of that brush. Can you see it? It's hard to see. I know it's not focused. That very little tip of the brush is sometimes the only part that actually gets the paint. Yeah, I'm good. I've got margaritas and popcorn. I'm good. Hi there.
Hello.
Is it still raining?
Little bit.
Just spitting a bit. Thank you, Haley. I'm sorry. I just now saw yours. This is beautiful. I appreciate that so very much. Now there is it lifts up here at the end. I have it's a off-white, but it's not opaque, and I'm really struggling with this color because it's not giving me the opacity that I'm craving here. There we go. And Jerry, I appreciate you joining us for the live stream. This was Hey Jerry, I'm having a pet portrait workshop if you're interested. It will be in Cartersville, Georgia. If you want to talk to me about it, I'd be glad to talk to it. Fill you in on it. Hi there. What have you got all over your face?
Love.
Love. You got love stickers?
Love.
No, it's love stickers. I love it. I'm glad you do.
Our first ever Pride Parade downtown.
Awesome. Was it today?
Yeah, this morning.
I thought I saw some folks come kind of up the ways.
They're down at frog level for the rest of the day. Right? They're like,
Awesome.
They went down Church Street.
Awesome. I've been to the ones in DC before, and it's and I've actually been a judge, art judge for some of the Pride events that we have locally in Kingsport, Tennessee, and Johnson City and Bristol. And I'll tell you, going to these events, you will always feel so loved. You always feel accepted and loved, and you feel joyful. It is. It's very, very positive. I enjoy it.
He was there last art after dark, so they had sent.
LK just asked, I was wondering, how do you decide the price of your paintings? Ooh, that's a loaded question, LK. I've been painting a long time, and I know kind of what my pieces will garner in the market, but that is a hard one for a lot of folks And there's certain rules of thumbs that you can practice on selecting a price. You know, you can figure out how many hours you have into it, what your material costs are, and then determine what you feel like your value is per hour. I try to have a basic knowledge of how much time I put into a piece. So, but I also know I paint fast. So over the years, my prices have gone up, and because I paint quicker and quicker, because I'm better, you know, I've gotten better at it, so I can make more money. Does that make sense? Because I can paint faster, and I have just the experience and whatever the market will garnish for my work. But that's not to say that sometimes I don't have to have, you know, I'll have sales.
Suzanne Barrett Justis in. She's
Hi.
painting today, and then
Hey.
we've got another one of our artists, Tamara, and glass artist in the back, cutting some glass, doing some work there. So be sure to check them out, and then just let us know if you have any questions about anything.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we're gonna pull some of this, and we're gonna add a little bit of blue. I keep flipping around. I just keep moving around the piece until I find where I need to land. I'm gonna have to add more white before I get into the bobcat. So I'm gonna pull this in, and I'm gonna clean it off because I started picking up the black over here, and that's normal. I wanted to, because I like to paint into a wet surface. And now to not blend through it, I'm gonna use a really light hand. So if you can see the load of the brush, you see how it's like a little hook? That little load of paint, I let that little load of paint do the work. So I can see how I'm making those little feathers stick out over, so without over blending it. There we go.
Congratulations again.
This is absolute favorites.
Hi there.
Are you eating again?
I am eating it. Always
Look
eat.
at this, look at this.
Oh,
Isn't that gorgeous?
that is gorgeous.
Well, we told him he needs to buy the piece because, you know,
It's an original.
it is original.
How much
And
you
r-
think? I had to get Terry
For
to
that
hold me up.
size, $375?
No.
No.
500?
That's closer.
Okay.
You're getting closer. You're getting in the ballpark. See, the folks here on YouTube, they were just asking, I was wondering, how do you decide on the price of your paintings? They were just asking that.
Well,
So,
there's a lot of work that goes into it, I know.
well, and there's a lot of work that goes into it that you don't see.
Yeah.
And as much
Like the
as,
popcorn eating.
like the popcorn eating and the cocktail drinking, you just don't know. You just don't know.
She watched her brother.
Oh, cool.
My grandmother used to do oil paintings and watercolors. But she wasn't that detailed
Right?
into it, but it kind of reminds me of her paintings.
Yeah, I am, and it's okay. The folks over here, we've got folks from Finland. There's LK from Finland. We had India on earlier. We've got East Tennessee, Forest Stables. Hi, how's the painting? How the painting is stunning. Okay, thanks, Forrest. I appreciate that. So you're gonna have folks that are gonna chime in, and they're from all over the world are watching me paint today. But it's a lot of fun.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. This one's almost
Do
gonna.
you do more than wildlife? Do you do like sceneries too?
I do some landscapes. I have a studio in downtown Kingsport, and I train or teach a lot of students. And I have students that predominantly just do landscapes. And one of those artists that's actually here in the studio, I mean, her work is here too. Her name is Reeves. And so you'll see a lot of Reeves pieces here that are just landscapes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I oftentimes don't want to compete with my
Okay.
with my students. So I pretty much do there's Reeves right there. I'm interested in purchasing another one of those necklaces. Okay, we bought some necklaces together. She's one of my friends. I'm seeing people on here from all over the place here.
Well, that's cool.
So you'll see some of her stuff. I've done some, I think there is a couple landscapes of mine. They may be in the back room.
Okay.
So Yeah, just check around. This
Okay.
this elk piece is mine. You just kind of have to look around. Enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Can we hover behind you
You
to see? Is
certainly
that what we do?
you certainly may. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Roger's hoping that somebody's going to buy this piece so his wife doesn't buy it.
That's what he just told
Peggy's
us.
in the house. so you
Peggy's
see
in the
that.
house. She's already seen it, and she's already threatening because she's already bought several of my owls. And don't think for a second that it wasn't a mistake of mine that I decided to do an owl. Roger,
She's eyeing over here. Look, Peggy was watching over here.
where is she?
She's over at the counter.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, Tiffany.
So Roger's hoping that
She might tackle you if you try to buy that.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to give him a break because we'll see. Oh, we'll see. So we're just, getting in these little pieces here. I started the piece at home at my studio in Kingsport, and so that I could actually complete this piece. And then I have another one that I'm working on that is where is it? It's here someplace, but it's going to be a bobcat. So I came in with them, at least started, so that I can complete them. During
How long, if you were to stay right on it, how long do you think it takes to finish that? For a,
this I will probably have 3 hours in this piece.
yeah.
Yeah. When it's all said and done, and it actually is very close to being done. So, and I'm watching the time because it's like I paint till 4 o'clock, and I want both pieces done, and I actually have the frames too that these will go in. So they're beautiful frames. I'm trying to find the frames here because I use pretty much the same frame a lot. But it is a beautiful frame. So if you're thinking this would be a good one to have, and you'll be making Roger really happy. But then
That would look good in Roger's house, though, if you think about it.
well, Roger has. But Peggy's the one who's like, she's like, yeah, well.
There are other owls upstairs already.
Well, they need company.
See, Peggy says. This one's just a little one, okay? This is just a little piece. But it is fun. It is fun.
Very pretty.
Thank you. Okay, Config's wanting me to add more detail in the bill. I'll get there, man. I'll get there. Well, Config, you're going to have to tell me because I only just see Config great. What's your name? What's your name? Who's your daddy? Tell me about you. Are you an artist yourself? If so, what do you paint? What medium do you like to use? I'm trying to put the paint on the edge of this brush so I can make these little loops. So I'm not going to go too much to the side this way because I want it to kind of blend. Remember, I will have a frame around this. Your name is Shoved Height? Hopefully I didn't hurt your name. Shub Height? Is that how you would say it? Thank you for letting me know your name. And I want the edges to be soft. So I have a good place for a signature. Yes, I love oil painting.
Yeah, we don't have to make it look like this. We can do. Yeah. No, but like I feel like our John Smith stuff. Yeah, tell you, and I knew it. I just knew it.
So the feathers are almost like a little shells, and they lay very specifically. And I want this to kind of drift or disappear off to the side, so it's not a mistake that this is very similar color to the background color. Let's see if I did a little bit of this color here. I don't want to really add another color here. And I'm going to just put a little bit of paint on the very edge of this brush.
It's not good. It's not that good either.
Just like that. I'm gonna put a little bit of black here, but I don't want to get too dark here because
I thought it was just like stylized to be crushed.
okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I still got to work on that eye. I got a little bit of stuff in there that I don't like in it. All right, let's go ahead and put some of the lights in here. Huh? Yeah, we've had a lot of good folks on here today. Why? How many people are viewing? Well, hi. I've got folks from Kingsport, Tennessee, coming to visit. How are you?
Doing good. What you painting?
Well, we're doing an owl.
Doing another owl.
Doing an owl.
The two paintings that I saw here from you, I don't think I've seen before. There's probably more than two, but I just saw two.
Oh, I'm a quick painter. There's a lot of pieces that come in and out of the studio that you probably never saw.
How many are in here, do you know? Because I've seen two.
There's probably about 20 something in here.
Sorry?
There's probably a 20.
That are
Maybe.
yours?
Yeah, I think. You just got to look around.
Okay.
They've got them kind of blended in there.
Yeah, they got them all blended in here. Sometimes they'll have them.
Oh, hey, Reeves.
Not right here.
My friend and student and fellow hanger at Twigs and Leaves is online. Hi, Reeves. How are you? I got your message briefly about wanting me to look at the bracelets and the necklaces. I'll have to check it out. So when I get done, I'll go over there and look, and then I'll let you pick the necklace you want. So we're making sales on the other side. So we're gonna come and spend money on necklaces. Yeah. So I'm gonna use the edge of this brush just like this and just get these little tiny pieces in like this.
Question, if I may. Then
Sure.
I'm gonna leave you alone. Since you've been over here a lot, where's a good place to eat down here?
Oh, there's lots of good
I'm
places.
dying to eat.
Lots of good places to eat. Boo Jums is a really good place. I'm probably killing the word. Hey, Roger or Tiffany, where's the best place for him to, where would you recommend he go eat?
Well, what are you in the mood for?
I'm not anything in particular. I'm just hungry.
Oh, okay. Well, so my favorite places would be Boojum's down on the left.
Boojum's, okay.
It's a brewery, but they have great food there.
Okay.
Okay.
There we
There's
go.
also a place called the Patio. If it were raining, I would say the Patio.
Yeah, I like the
But it
patio
is
too.
kinda
They
right.
have this gorgeous outdoor area, but not, and it's pretty small.
Hey, Reeves, they're giving me cocktails.
Okay.
Just saying.
There's also
It's,
a fairly new place.
they're
called,
cocktails with,
Main Street Diner, which is
it's agave wine. So it's a really good cocktail. You know, it's like a tequila wine. I've had it before, but I didn't have it here. And so it's, yeah, so you should have come with me today.
So you're from Kingsport too?
Yeah.
Well, my wife is from Kingsport.
Really?
Yeah.
What's her name? What's her name?
Peggy Hammer.
Oh, good gosh. I didn't really know her, but I know who you're talking
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Kathy and Tom.
about.
Yeah.
About to, we're gonna get close. I'm gonna put a little bit of warmth in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I've never been in here before. In fact, I've never actually walked around in Louise before. I didn't think the right day to do it.
yeah. It's,
He has several of my pieces. Yeah, he does. He's got several of my pieces.
wow. Well, yeah, you don't have to, come by sometime.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna come back and Look, Suzanne. Great, thank you. See you later.
See ya. Enjoy your meal. Yeah, you should have. I would. We'd have had fun. This is a really. These cocktails are really good. All right, I'm getting that kind of softened up a little bit.
Oh, you're painting?
I am painting. How are you today?
Oh, you must have. It's a photo. Wow. You made it even prettier than, I mean, the eye. I love the eye.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the fun stuff. I like the
know.
eyes of everything any type of
too.
painting that I do. The eyes are what I enjoy the most.
That's popping. That is, the eyes popping.
Yeah, got to get those eyes popping.
Look at this, Siobhan. You should paint this too.
I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it?
Wow.
All right, we're getting close. I'm kind of pulling back a little bit. I've got to fix the eye and a little bit more on the bill. I'm gonna put a little bit of black. I'm kind of wiping the brush off a little bit. Okay. And I'm just kind of.
Yeah, they're hanging up right to that bookshelf to the right on the wall there. She's got two marks on there.
She'll come, she'll be in her same spot. And then third.
Just kind of letting the edge of the brush just do the work for me. I don't want to.
Apparently, yes. And then the third is the fireworks. Off the date. Hopefully this one is supposed to be. They've already signed off, and I gotta get the guy that owns the barge to sign off.
There we go. I'm so glad everybody has been so fun to talk to today. I like that I know that knowing I'm not painting alone. There's been a lot of really fun feedback. I was trying to make this so I didn't have to go vertical. That's a good question for my son. My son Matthew he's my go-to guy for anything tech. I'm curious. I'm surprised he's not jumped in on this live stream and said, "Mom, you need to do this," because that usually happens. Just kind of loosening that up a little bit. I just want this to just be softer. Okay, we're gonna put this little. Hi, Coral Chimilar. Appreciate you jumping in there. What is your reference material? Sometimes the references that I'm working from are photo references that I have taken, or photo references that I have permission to use, or free references that I just find online. But then I always want folks to know that references are simply that, they're just references. So I rarely will copy it verbatim. You know, I might use it for structure or for color or for lighting, but then oftentimes I change it up a little bit. So there's a lot of places that you can get free references. Even on Facebook, there's a lot of folks that are allowing their references to be used by artists like myself and like anybody to use their references for painting. So if that helps, I don't have it out there where you can see it right now. Now, sometimes too, when I'm doing, if you check out any of my other YouTube videos, a lot of times I don't show my references because yes, I may have permission to use it, but I don't necessarily always have permission to show it. So unless it's one that I've taken myself, I really don't. All right, so LK says, I gotta go now. It's already 9 p.m. here, but this was fun. I subscribe, so I'll be back whenever you do another live stream. All right, LK, thank you for joining us from Finland. I appreciate you, and I thank you for subscribing to my channel, and I'll catch you next time. See ya. Good night. So Coral says that I paint with gouache. The yellow on the eyes are beautiful. Thank you. I've got to touch it up. There's a little bit of the black kind of snuck in there. I've got to fix that. I used to be a watercolor painter and did paint with gouache before I went to acrylic. And it's fun. Every now and then, like if I'm traveling, I will try to get out the watercolors and just play. Enrica Sanson, well done, congratulations. And thank you, Enrica, I appreciate you joining us. Okay, we're getting close here, folks. I may set this one down and then jump in the other painting here in a little bit. There will be a, please stand by while I flip my paintings around and go to the next reference. What time have we got here? It's 2 o'clock. That basically gives me 2 hours to complete the second piece. I'm eating popcorn. So let me get in here. So I'm going in here with a little bit of that cad yellow. I just want the eye to be perfect. Because it's the one part that I really enjoy painting the most. Of whatever species of animal I'm working with, it's what I enjoy the most. So I'm going to bring that in a little bit here. There's been a lot of neat folks coming by the art gallery today, and it's been fun getting to talk to everybody. Config, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know you're leaving. Bye-bye. I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for joining my membership. I appreciate you like you have no idea. Thank you so much. So I just got to blend that just a little tiny bit. And I didn't bring, there's a color that I guess I wish I brought, which is Indian yellow, but I did not bring it today.
I can't wait to see the table in there and the little coffee bar set up.
There we go. I'm going to add a little bit of white, believe it or not. I'm going to have to definitely add. Got to add more white because I've worked with more white than I thought I did. It's time to add a little bit more to my palette, which I probably need to touch up the palette more than. Go, adding a little bit more white force. I paint with watercolors, so it's fun to see people. Yeah, I started with forest. I started with watercolor. That was my first medium. What was I getting ready to do? Oh, adding a little bit of white. So right there. want to add a little bit more life, even though my photo reference doesn't have it. All right, so I paint with watercolors, so it's fun. Forrest, you keep retracting your... I never get to see a full answer as to what you're trying to say about the watercolor paintings. I understand you paint in watercolor, and it's fun to watch people paint. That much I got. I was trying to figure out what else you were saying there. I'm gonna put a little bit of I'm deepening that yellow just a tiny bit. And because that other eye is barely visible. You can't see this, but I'm using a little black towel that I'm wiping on, and I have a full confession here. I didn't mean to steal it, but I kind of stole it from the car wash place. It was just in the back of my car, and I was like, oh, where did this come from? So now it's like it's a paint towel. Okay, so Coral says I use Jasana gouache, but I use it as an acrylic and use retard and glazes. I like to use glazes too, Coral. Especially oftentimes I'm color correcting. If I didn't get it right the first time, I go ahead and color correct with the glaze. And I think it's really effective. And if you're painting with gouache, then you like the opacity. All right, Forrest, thanks so much for joining us. I know you have to go, but I appreciate you being here today. And I hope you will join me again. There we go. Just a little bit of white to that. There we go. We have to put that down. Every now and then I like taking a step off my pieces just to look at it a little bit distance between me and the works. Because obviously paintings are actually looked at or enjoyed not close up, you're not looking right on them. And so every now and then I like to take a step off. And then sometimes there's things that I miss. Like there's some lighter feathers out here. Hit that. And sometimes there's a little bit of a nice hot warmer color in there, just little bits. But I don't want to get too far into this because I know I'll lose about 1/4 of an inch on the side when the frame goes on. But I'm getting close to the end and I know it on this piece. So the closer I get to the finish, light over here, and I'm even going to lighten it a little bit more because there's going to be shine on that feather right there. I am missing a brown color underneath here. And I'm going to lighten this color up. So again, somebody asked me recently, how much artistic license do I take? I take a lot. I do. Because if I don't have a contrast that I'm looking for, I'll create it. And where his mouth is open, I want to be able to make this light area of his feathers to stand over this area here. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and lighten it up in some areas. Now, folks, I know that a lot of folks are from different parts of the world are having to go because it's nighttime. You got to go to bed. But I do want to remind folks that I'm getting ready to start into the bobcat next. So don't stay gone too long. I'm getting ready to just... It's funny, I can see there's a little bit of blob dried on paint here. I've moved this beak out from my original piece that I did as a acrylic underpainting. I kind of did that in the studio just quickly to try to get something down so I wasn't, you know, coming in too dry here, so to speak. I didn't want to, I needed to have some paint down already. And I saw where I had some error in my work, my original work, and I can see where I originally had the bill here, and I've moved it out, I know, at least an inch. So that's just telling you how it is sometimes. I don't always get it right the first time, but eventually I'll get it right. Folks, I'm gonna probably be thinking about wrapping this one up. I think I'm missing some of the dark values that need to be on the outside of this. I'm not gonna go with black. I'm gonna go with this really dark, cool umber. So you can see it'd be the reverse side. So they've got nice music. It's really relaxing. This is a good place to work, to do your painting. Seems like things have slowed down. Okay. I keep taking a step off and looking at it. I'm gonna go grab a little bit of this darker color. There we go. Hi, Bella Arts and Talks. Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for my for such a lovely comment. With a title like Bella Arts and Talks, tell me what you do. Hi, Susie. Appreciate you being here. And thank you. I'm about ready to wrap this one up, I think. I've got a perfect little place to sign right here. And I'm going to soften that up just a tiny bit. Add a little bit more white paint. On this side, come on, Sue, get it. Let's see, I think I need a little bit more out here. So Bella says, oh, I don't upload much, but I do oil painting and talk about different books I read. Ah, I just recently did a little short, I guess it's a reel, about books that I like to get. And I just came back from DC and brought back a whole bunch of art books. So that's what I read. If I'm looking at anything, it's usually an art book. I had some great used bookstores in DC, and I got to attend, go to a bookstore there that's just beautiful. Secondhand books in Washington, DC, a great place to find some good books. Hi, Fornick Action. Thank you so much. This is coming in. This one's about to get wrapped up. I'm about to finish it. Okay, so Bella wants to know about my favorite book. Okay, so for me, books are funny, right? I tend to like nonfiction, and I tend to look at art books now. And so anything that's John Singer Sargent, who's my probably... And if you talk to a lot of artists, they'll tell you the same thing. He's like everybody's favorite artist, or one of the favorite artists. Anything John Singer Sargent's done, I've usually tried to buy those books up. But when I was a runner, I used to read any kind of book pertaining to running, including like the McDougall's book, Born to Run, all the Dean Carnazzi books about the marathon runner, the marathon man. I read all those, but I'm not running anymore, so I basically just collect art books. If that answers your question. I don't really have a favorite book, but as far as genre of books, it's mainly art books now. Oopsie. I'm gonna add a little bit more white up here. Sometimes it looks like I picked up like a little hair on this. Ew. On my brush, and when that happens, I gotta get that off. I want that little. Okay, we're about to wrap it up. Now, folks, I do want to encourage you, if you haven't yet, if you get a chance to go online on Twigs and Leaves, they have a wonderful website. And you can see a lot of my work as well as work of a lot of different artists that they have. All of them are nature inspired. And it's a great website. And you can actually purchase if you want to. Now this piece will be for sale. I brought the frame for it when it dries out. So I'm hoping it finds a home. Here we go. All right, I am gonna call this one done. Dunzo. I'm gonna sign it. Or I may just set this aside and sign it later. So we're gonna start into another one.
Are you finished?
I think so. I think we're done with this one. And we're gonna switch over to a bobcat.
Awesome.
And
Wow.
so we're gonna switch over to the second one, which is here. And we will take this guy out. And all the folks we've had a lot of folks on YouTube watching today. We're gonna let this one, so folks, there you go. You can kind of see a little bit of the detail in the eye. Look, got this moving around. I wanted to keep this kind of soft on this side because I've got to give for 1/4 inch for a frame, and I'm gonna sign it like right here. But we're gonna let this one dry out a little bit, and we're gonna switch to another painting. And this one is of a bobcat. And again, I did a slight underpainting in acrylic, and then just did a very skim coat of oil on top. And this will be our next piece. Staying busy. Let's move this over. I don't know if I've met you yet.
I'm Bethany.
Bethany, hi, it's good to meet you. I'm
Good to meet you
Suzanne.
too.
Good to meet you. I just popped this one down. Well, hopefully I won't get too much popcorn on it. But I wanted to do some like a funky background. So,
Yeah.
I was actually putting paint down and throwing like Gamsol on it to kind of make it a little bit different. I liked it. I liked how that worked out. So we're just gonna let that little puppy dry.
So Bethany's an artist in her own right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I do oil painting as well, and then I have a background in ceramics.
Awesome.
too, so,
What kind of work do you do with your oil work?
all kinds. I like landscapes at the moment, and yeah, I just kind of dabble in whatever.
Where did you go to school?
I actually haven't been to school for art. I went to the School of the Arts in Winston-Salem for a while, but for scene design, so performing arts.
Okay.
But yeah,
My degree's animal science and
so-
agriculture.
Yeah,
Mine's not
yeah,
in.
I
Mine
know
is.
that about you. I think that is so cool.
Mine is not in art, and everybody is always like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
Like you're a painter, but what?
Right.
And so it's
Yeah. Well, you
you always find your way.
But
Yes.
but that helps you to understand the animals.
It does. I won't lie. It really does. And having grown up in an art, my mother's an artist, so having grown up in that environment, I just was always exposed to different mediums and just, I always appreciate the fact that my mother never said, my mother never said, this is how you do it. She is formally trained. She went to Pratt. And but she never said, this is the way you do it. Because she let me find my own way. And that's one of the things that I stress too with my students that I work with. It's like I'll show them my way, but then if they want to go a different direction, I'm like, as long as they can justify it. It's like, why did you use that color? Because it's not the color that's there. Why did you do that?
Right.
And they can give me a valid, like, okay, I get it. Go, keep going. And I think that's kind of important,
Yeah. Definitely.
yeah,
That's
to
really
just
cool.
try different things.
Yeah.
So,
Amazing. So are you using, is it oil or?
this is all oils. And it has been, and I went with the same palette for both animals. I wanted to make it easy so that I didn't have to swap an entire different palette. So I did a lot of this ahead of time, obviously, so that I could have, I guess I got enough colors. It wasn't gonna be difficult to just transition from one piece to the next. I'll see if I can move this over. There's not that much more that they have to see on this side. I'm trying to. So we've had a lot of YouTube folks on there. I don't even know how many views we've gotten. But it seems to be, people keep coming in. I've actually picked up a couple members, so that's good when I get people on my membership program.
Yeah. I think it's so cool that you do the YouTube, and we pointed that out to a couple people. I know that you have a channel. So we're
Yeah,
giving
thank
you
you. I appreciate that. That's right.
I think it's great to see the process too. So.
It is, and I think a lot of people appreciate that just because, and I like to tell even people who buy my pieces that a lot of times if you look at the back, hi there.
Can I just listen?
You certainly may. You can come and look. You can come and watch.
She was in earlier today, and I was telling her that you were going to be here. She loves your work.
Oh, hi, I'm Suzanne.
I'm Roberta. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you, Roberta.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm glad you're here.
me too.
So she just finished this one, and she's
Oh
starting
my goodness.
Just finished,
Bobcat.
and I'm working off the same palette so that I can make the transition from one piece to the other piece. It's exactly the same palette. So yeah, I've been telling, I've got this going on YouTube. So what's nice is, even though this is a live stream, this will be a video so you can go back and watch it. So if you wanted to see from the beginning, or I actually don't show the beginning of the pieces because I actually worked them to a point in my studio, but it gives you an idea of how the process works and everything. So yeah.
Just wonderful.
Well, thank you, Roberta. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a bunch.
Captivated by the cattle.
Well, let me tell you the story about that piece. I would love for you to have the cattle piece. That piece was an Artist for Conservation piece. That piece has traveled all over the world. And so when I did it, of course, I wanted to do the cattle, and I wanted to play with complementary colors. So you have a lot of the golds and yellows and purples and blues
We have 2 demos going.
in that painting. So I was playing with those colors. But if you're not familiar with what Artists for Conservation is, the Artists for Conservation is an international organization based with nature and wildlife artists that allow some part of our proceeds of our sales of certain pieces to go towards conservation needs of a particular animal or need. And we create awareness and educate through our art. And that piece it started off in Seattle, Washington, ended up going to Vancouver, British Columbia, in a museum there for a while. Then it came back to the United States and was at the Desert Art Museum in Arizona. Then it actually went abroad and was at a museum, and I can't tell you the name because I can't pronounce it, but it's a museum in China that's a botanical museum as well as a art museum. Then it came back to the United States and went to the James Art Museum in St. Petersburg, Florida, which is dedicated just to wildlife and Western art. And it hung there, but what's kind of fun about that piece is, my dad used to live in Clearwater Beach, Florida.
We grew up in Brooksville, Florida.
Okay, and so here's the other weird thing. My stepmother's name was Roberta.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so, right, so he used to work in the country club business, and Robert James, the one who started that museum in St. Petersburg, was one of his members. And I remember him telling me, "Oh, Susie, there's going to be an art museum in there, and you need to have your work in that." Well, this was early on, not early on in my career, but my kids were still young, and I was like, yeah, Dad, that'd be awesome. But I'm like, humor the man, but I'm thinking, that's a pipe dream. I'd love to have my work in that museum, but unfortunately he passed away, but after he passed away, that piece actually hung in the museum that he wanted me to be in. And so there's that.
How are you letting that go? You have so many.
I have a lot of work. I have a lot of work, and you know what? Once they do their job, and when I say do their job, it's traveled all over the world. It's been shown to a lot of people. It's done its job. And once it's done its job, yeah, I let them go. I can let it go, and especially if I know it goes to a good home, and I love knowing where they go. Just because, like, I've had pieces that I'll do stuff that's so weird. That people are going to be like, I don't even know what that animal is, but I love it. Or I've done paintings of cassowaries. These are Australian big giant birds that look kind of scary. But when the right person comes, that's who gets that piece. And then you just know, oh my gosh, that's who was supposed to get that piece. So Roberta, you need that piece. I'm just saying, because that's just so.
No place to put it right now.
Oh, but that's the thing about art. You just move stuff around and you'll find it. You'll find the right place.
We both, my husband and I both.
Let us know if we can help you with anything.
Thank you.
We have 2 artists doing.
It's funny, I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. My first oil painting, I was probably about 6 or 7, and my mother being an artist, she set me up with just oil paints, and I remember the painting. It was of a black and white cat with a blue background. Like the cat is sitting, like a tuxedo type cat. And my mom was really happy to see that I didn't muddy up my colors. And because it's
Probably
hard.
somebody that paints would be.
Well, but she knew, and I can remember the smell of the turpentine. See, I don't use turpentine. I don't use anything that smells. Or I don't smell it anymore. I'm sure you can smell these colors, but I don't smell them. And so I've been painting or doing art since I can always remember. I always tell folks, like I always say, I had a real job once, and I was in cancer research at Vanderbilt University for years as a research assistant, and loved my job. And of course, I studied animal science and agriculture, and so I was able to use that major for years in that field. But I was always painting on the side, and it's a kind of a funny thing. God will push you in the direction you're supposed to go, no matter how much you kick and fight. And it became just something that I was taking more time off from work so I can stay home and paint. Or I had a lot of commissions of some of the other professors that I worked with that were wanting pieces for Christmas. So I'd take time, so I was always doing it. And like I said, God will push you in the direction you're supposed to go. And I really.
Lots of messages here today for me.
There you go.
You never know where you're going to find it. I just think it's interesting when we started back to my daughter's house. I asked Bruce, my husband, I said, so what piece is in there?
And she just finished the one that's on the floor.
Oh, look, she just painted the album. He said, well, there were several. He said, but the one that stands out is the
Oh, she's painting a bobcat.
Is the cattle piece?
How beautiful.
It's called Cocklery Holds Audience. And so the red-winged blackbird, to birders, they know the sound cocklery. That's the sound that the red-winged blackbird makes. So it's Cocklery Holds Audience. And so I have my red-winged blackbird in the foreground, and the cattle are all just kind of coming in to see what's
happening, and they
what's
do that.
who's doing all that singing. So that's the title of the piece. And it was, and the neat thing is, if you were really curious, you can go on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and see me actually painting parts of that painting. Yeah, it's on YouTube too. So
Well, maybe it'll be here by the time I can get it.
yeah, Roberta, I hope it works out so you can get that in your home. It's a
You
neat
guys are
piece.
looking at, you're trying to find property right now, right?
Oh, yeah, we're from Florida, but we lived outside of Asheville, Inca County, years ago, and was taught school. I worked for Buckham County Board of Education, and we left there and went back to Florida, then we went to Charlotte for a while, but Florida's been the base, that's where we were born, and well, I was born in Miami, but so Florida's where we grew up, and it's just, promised me that we could come back to the mountains.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what we're doing. But today we were looking at, we have an RV park. We have 17 acres next to it on a wonderful location for it to expand it. And we have a place on the river. And so there's lots of potential. And he said, you know, we could sell it all. We could just sell it all and go buy that mountain property.
There you go.
Yeah, so you don't know.
Yeah.
You know, that's a, yeah. Anyway, so it's been a wonderful day.
Good for you.
This is my favorite store here.
It is it is beautiful.
Because there's so much emotion, so many feelings and energy.
Mhm.
It's wonderful.
I agree.
Yeah,
Well, and
don't
it's
you?
fun when our artists come, and like the story that you shared about
Oh
that.
my gosh, yes.
Yeah, that's that really sets it off.
Stories are so important. So that's
I agree.
a gift to know that. And
It-
I would want to know the person. I would want to know about the artist. I like, I have one up here.
I have- there's a
her
little-
name. Margot
oh.
is her name, Margot. That's-
Margot, I
Oh,
don't
Margot
know.
Law?
Yeah, the one that she does.
Yes.
It's not your art. It's just, it's a different style of art. But I like hers because it's happy.
Right.
She's a happy artist.
Yeah. It is special.
Yeah, but you have that whole, it's like, is it John Smith downstairs?
John Smith, the
Yeah.
ones downstairs, yes.
There's life. It's alive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We've had, that's the great horned owl.
Mhm.
We had a barred owl that my husband years ago worked with Florida Game and Fish
Okay.
Commission, and one hit his windshield one night
Oh.
and killed it.
Oh.
Well, he picked it up and brought it home, but they're federally protected. It lived in our freezer for 3
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
And then it went to school
Uh-huh.
almost every month somewhere to be show and tell.
Right.
You know, and we were able to get it mounted and all of that, but what a wonderful thing that on where we are on the river. One day I'm going out on the dirt road and here's this little creature up ahead of me and I thought, what is that? It was an owl, but it was injured, it was a baby.
Oh.
And the Audubon people told me when they called, they said, you just let it go, you just let someone come and get it. And I was like, because we fed it, Bruce, you know, did squirrels and we fed it meat and all of that. And we took it to the Audubon Center over in Orlando and they said it was hurt, its wing could never be repaired.
Though a lot of times they'll keep them in places as ambassadors. And no, we have a wonderful place called Bays Mountain State Park. I mean, Bays Mountain, it's a city park, but it's one of the largest city parks in Kingsport, Tennessee. And a lot of the raptors that they have all been ones that have been rehabilitated but couldn't be released for things like this. And I had done pieces, and this is before you came on. There was 3 great horned owl pieces that I did of the owl named Bubo. That is one of the owls that they had there. And you know, I get an opportunity to get in there and take lots of really great photographs of their raptors because they'll have they're out on their arm. I mean, I could be right up on top of them. And the Bubo pieces, there was 3, and they were 20 by 20s, and they individually sold. I always hoped that they would sell as a set, but they ended up selling. And I remember when Carrie took them on, at that time, when Carrie was selling to her gallery, like it was a big risk for her to put the price tag on it that I had. I think it was only like $2,000, but then they didn't. That was a lot of money. She was like, I don't know if I can sell these. It's really high. I was like, yeah. But then she sold them, and then everything else started going up. And I'm grateful that she gave it a chance to sell those. The Bubo pieces were very like this, very highly detailed, but they were 20 by 20s. They were bigger, and they were neat pieces. Yeah.
You were talking about Bays Mountain. You have the wolf.
There's the wolf Ayana.
Yeah, we had the wolf here, and this I mean this was an incredible piece. But my wife grew up in Kingsport, Tennessee. And so our kids grew up going to this Bays.
Sure.
That's so cool.
So every time we would visit, we would go over to Bays Mountain. And,
Well, that's where everybody, and every kid has to take their every kid takes field trips to Bays Mountain. That's just a given.
Yep.
Right, but I'm like you. I've picked up roadkill, or I've had people bring me roadkill of birds or whatever, and I ended up with a wing of a horned owl. And you aren't supposed to keep stuff, even if it's roadkill. You're not. There's rules about that.
But you're using it, right?
Right. And so, but I still keep it under wraps. Like I'm talking about it nationally on YouTube right now. But I have, you either have to get rid of them or you can't keep them. And but I used the reference for a wing of an angel that I did years ago so I made an angel with owl wings, and so I got all the intricate detail of all that, into that piece.
The grasses over there are spectacular.
Thank you. And you can go on YouTube and watch how they're done.
I'm gonna go look at them.
You definitely have to see it. Yeah, you need that piece.
I want to tell you something, Susan. You go ahead and paint. There was an artist that came in to our RV park in Cedar Key, Florida, and he had won that year for drawing. I wish I could remember, but it was a duck, a particular duck on a duck stand.
Okay.
Okay, so he won that.
Was he from Florida?
If you said his name, it would probably come.
I know
to me.
John Siri Lester used to live in Florida. His
I don't
wife
think he
Susie
lived
is still
in
around.
Florida. I think he was just visiting the island.
Okay.
But he gave us one of the prints of that.
Oh,
picture.
nice.
Yeah, and it was, then I had another artist come through that painted in New England. The lady that was working with us then. I'm so sorry, I can't remember. I have too much in my head.
That's okay.
The files don't pull up like they used to. Now about
understand
midnight tonight.
And then you'll remember it at 4:00 in the morning.
That's right.
Right.
Well, thank you for all the sharing.
Well, sure. I'm so glad you're. And thank you for appreciating my pieces. I appreciate that. And it's so fun for me to be able to talk to
Isn't that the truth?
the folks. And I've had some of the people that have collected some of my pieces that I've never met before come talk to me. I had a gentleman that was here earlier who actually bought one of my prints online, and he brought it in for me to just do a little sign on it, and showed me the frame and the quality of the pieces, and I was really, really intrigued. I really liked that I appreciate that he brought that in for me to see.
Do you have a card up front?
I don't, and you'd think let me see if I have one with me, because I may have one in my purse. And that's something else I need to do. I need to get some more cards. Let's see what I have. Sure, thank you.
You'll remember Roberta.
I will remember Roberta. Roberta is, like I said, my stepmom's name. And it would definitely, I think it would be awesome.
Night heron, right?
That is a great blue heron, and
Great
actually,
blue.
that was also an artist for conservation piece, and it's sold here. They sold it,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
and that's so. I'm trying to see if there's any AFC pieces. This piece was a neat one. That was I did that painting from the National Museum in D.C. and
I have a son that won an award in Charlotte. It was called the Gold Key Award, and they chose.
Oh, yeah.
He won in photography, and when I saw the picture that he did,
Uh-huh.
I thought, you have to be kidding me. This is what got selected. But he had taken an old barn, and he took it in individual slices,
Oh wow,
and then put it together. In
Wow.
photographs.
Wow.
I was really interested, but his hung up in Washington for a year. and
mine did
was
that
really
too. I was a Gold Key in high school. Yep.
Oh, that's so
I
cool.
was,
I'm
and
not
one
surprised.
of my students was also, when he was in high school, was a Gold Key finalist too. And so that's always it's neat.
Children who paints in.
I have 2 children, and my daughter Hannah is very artistic, but she actually majored in art. Was going to go into curatorial sciences and art handling, but that her modes shifted for her. But my son.
Sometimes it comes back.
Well, she's very artistic. But her vision now is more about interior design. That's what she really enjoys doing, and then my son is a drummer. So his art is in
His music.
percussion. Yeah, his music.
Well, thank you. Great day.
Thank you. I'm so glad. Can I hug you? I mean, you just seem like a really fun person. Roberta, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you.
I told my husband, he hadn't been in here with me, and I told him, I said, you have to come over there with me, because he loves wood. We've been in the wood shop, but we had a good time here. So
Oh, good.
thank you, Susan.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, folks, thank you so much for letting me talk to all these neat people. Thank you, Susie, for commenting on the bobcat. Antonio, this is not the owl. This is the bobcat. Where are you? I think you're pulling my leg. I think you're just pulling my leg. And have you ever come to Turkey? Oh, Tafanda, thank you for joining me. I have never been to Turkey, but I am blessed to have had students. One of my students, her name is Cheatham, and she was originally from Turkey. And she would tell me all kinds of interesting stories about Turkey. And I always heard, she told me the story about basically about the tower in Turkey, and it was like the first, kind of like the first in flight, you know, that you actually had somebody that, I guess, I don't know, somehow flew out of a tower. I'm sure you can elaborate on that story, but anyway, no, I've not been to Turkey. And I understand you say Turkey is cat paradise. So I'm going to work basically from left to right on this piece. Now you can see that there's whiskers that were painted in, and they're really not painted in. Those were carved in when the background paint was wet. And sometimes I'll use tools like toothpicks or anything just to create that look. Now I'm mixing a little bit of green, believe it or not, into my paint here. One of the things that I wanted to do here was to be able to have wet edges and soft edges on this. And so I am I'm going to work from left to right on this piece. I'm going to add a little bit of oil here. Hi there. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
So yes, when paint is wet, you can just actually carve it out with things like toothpicks. That's a toothpick. So sometimes I do that too. We're going to Hi there.
Hi, how are you?
I am well, thanks.
That's a paint by numbers thing?
Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you, I'll get started on it. Looks like we only have 5 people on. We've had as many as 20 people on at one time. Come back, come back. I'm just gonna go. Let's get this inside this ear. Now I'm gonna take just straight white paint.
Suzanne, anything? Are you good?
I'm good right now. I'm good right now.
Let me know.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna do a little bit of a gray color on this side right here. And I'm going to get a little bit more of the green. Ah, there. Kokuk Picasso. Hello to you. Thank you for joining me today. I like seeing new people on here today. So, if you hadn't seen before, earlier I was working on an owl piece. Thank you very much, Kokuk. I appreciate that. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Forgive me if I'm not. Okay, there's going to be a lot more light in that. So the brush I'm using right now is a #1 Series 279. It's a long flat, but it's a long flat, and it's a very soft brush. And let's see here. Let's get some of these grays in here. I'm just going to load the brush a little bit on the end. Okay, we're getting a little bit of light in here. I want to put a little bit of yellows in here. There we go. So sometimes I'm just loading the brush just on the tip. How long have you been working on this piece? I started this piece, I just got on it today. I actually started it in my studio and see you later, Roberta. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I started it at my art studio in Kingsport, Tennessee. And I did an underpainting in acrylic first, and then just kind of, because I knew I couldn't possibly finish it with the detail that I like in the 2 hours that I knew I had to work on it. So hopefully that answers your question. I earlier had done one of an owl, and I don't think you were on at that time. So you'll be able to look at this video later when I'm all done, and it will be a video that you can see from start to finish, and so you can even see the one that I did of the owl. Hi, Roscoe Ryder. Thanks for joining me. That is cool. I like going in gray lead pencils, and I would still like the tide, painting something like that. Like the tide, the paint, something like that. Well, this has been fun. If you heard earlier, I actually started this one at home in Kingsport at my studio there. And so I've been working on it a little while. There we go. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit of blue in the nose area. It's too blue. little bit more white, just on the edge. Just like that.
I kind of like gave her a teaser at the drum. I can't tell you the whole thing right now. So I'll tell you later. And now she's just been like, go for it for me.
Sorry, the time I got a deep voice. My phone don't like me. Are you voice texting? Is that the issue? All right, we're getting that in there.
No, it's from me. It's from myself.
Just giving it that little bit of that fur. Okay, we're going to switch to a bluer color with a little bit of green. Wow, that's really good. For 1 hour, I actually love painting too. And I think it's very funny hobby to do. I hope that I will have a art studio like yours and spent time here. Sorry, I made grammar. No, it's good. It's great. Koku, thank you so much. I appreciate anybody who goes that extra mile and does the effort, right? I guess I was earlier when we were talking, I said I often will use just different translators, especially when I travel out of the country. And, you know, I think that most people can always appreciate that somebody actually tries to accommodate someone's language. I do when I try to when I'm in Mexico. So we're going to give it a little bit here. And so you can see that I go with a cooler color, darker color, because the shadow that casts down on the side of the face here. So we're just going to put that little bit in there. Hi. So this part of the mouth, I want to just kind of work on this side and work away across here. I need to do that eye. Okay, I'm going to flip my little towel over because I'm already making a mess over here. So this cat does have a beautiful green eye and a little bit of so let's get some greens in this eye. You have to come in and take a look. Sure you do. Oh, wow, that's amazing. I had done this one earlier.
Oh, wow.
That was done earlier.
That's so pretty.
Thank you. We're going to bring that in a little bit more.
Recording yourself?
Actually, I'm live. This is a live stream on YouTube. So we've had all kinds of folks from Turkey. We've had people from India, Finland, the United States. We've had a little bit of everybody on here today.
That's fun.
So it's been fun. It has been fun. A lot of people are like, well, it's 9 o'clock at night now. Good night. See ya. I said, well, we're just getting started here.
That's right. You're very talented.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's lighten up the area around the base part of the eye. And this is where I get to take artistic license. This cat's eyes are not very bright, you know, in the photo reference, but I'm going to brighten it up a little bit. So we're going to put a little bit of light right in here. I'm only taking little tiny bits of paint, little bits of paint. I'm probably being very quiet here. Let me just. Unfortunately, I cannot. There we go. Hi, Kimberly. I'm painting along with you. Yay! The music is relaxing and I don't feel so alone. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm glad you're painting along. Yeah, the music that they're listening to is really nice. It's very similar to what I use on my Pandora station, which is a acoustic guitar. It sounds like that, so it may be something very similar, but I'm digging it too myself. That's true. As artists, sometimes we do paint alone a lot, right? I am going to just suggest where this pupil is and not really do a lot of detail in that.
Good afternoon.
Hello. How are you doing?
Doing well. How are y'all today?
Doing wonderful, thank you.
I'm digging your mushroom shirt.
Doing demos today.
Oh, thank you.
And Tamara in the back doing glass. So
Okay,
check them
awesome.
out and holler if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Hi, Crystal Osborne. Thank you for joining me today. And thank you very much for that lovely comment. Thank you, Crystal. I may actually put a little bit of light in this cat's eye, even though it's not in the... I may just do it. I'm just gonna do it. Like that. Just give it a sparkle. Just a little sparkle. Come on, Sue, you can do this better. There we go. Yes, you can ask me a few questions, Kokuk. Hope I'm saying your name right. I will try to answer your questions. Let's see here. I need to get this out a little bit more. Kid Picasso. That's easier for me to say. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that. Oh, good. So you're an artist as well. Thank you. That's good to know. A lot of artists will kind of join in here and we have a fun time. Let's go down a little bit. Let's go a little darker. Okay. Crystal, I like painting cats too, usually big cats. I do a lot of pet portraits as far as domestic cats, but not as many as I do of dogs, believe it or not. And speaking of that, I do have a pet portrait workshop coming up in Cartersville, Georgia, and that will be on July 19th and 20th at the Booth Art Museum. So if anybody is wanting to come, I'd love to have you. Here's a little light. How did your internet in painting begin? I started painting on the internet basically because it was during COVID. My art studio, as well as a lot of the other art studios or art galleries that carry my work, we were shut down during COVID, so I had to figure out something, and that's where the painting online and bringing my art to people by the internet is really where that's where it all started, was because of COVID. And so, I know it was a very sad and scary time for most of us. But I look at that part as a blessing, because I don't think I would have started a channel had it not been for COVID. So I hope that answers your question. And let's see here. Thank you for subscribing so much, Crystal. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope I get millions of followers too. We've gotten a few more. I had a few people that joined my membership program too, and so that's always fun. Here we go. Hi there. How are you?
How are you?
I am well, thanks.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
Thank you. We finished this one first, so I got the owl done, and now we're working on the bobcat. Is it stopped raining outside?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, good.
It's a little warm, but it's nice.
Yeah. Let's see. So Crystal says, dogs just for me. I can't really paint or draw them. I have a kitten when I'm with her. She's a little lynx and she looks like one. Okay. That's awesome, Crystal. It sounds like you have a fun cat at home. So we're going to put a little bit of light on this bottom jaw. So we're just kind of putting some little bit of detail in here. Let's get some of this other part done. I'm going to switch to a larger brush. Do some of this other. Let's see, where was I here? Right here. So I'm going in with it's a little bit of blue here. I'm going to switch to this kind of warmer color. I want it to somewhat disappear. I want it to blend into this background, so I don't want to put a lot of detail or contrast into my. This is what I wish I didn't bring Payne's gray with me, so we're going to make a little bit of a gray. So all this area underneath the jaw, just put a little bit of this. Like that. Looks like we've only got 3 people on right now.
My feet have different needs. Yeah. Well, buying shoes for a long time told me that. Yeah.
Let's see, a little bit of browns under here.
I can't have, I really want to wear those shoes. Yeah.
I'll just use this up here like that. So there's going to be some beigey colors in here too. We're going to put some more of that in here. You can tell I'm probably getting tired. I just start winding down myself. Let's see here.
And I did not do that on purpose.
Just kind of loosen that up a little bit. We're just kind of letting that, just keeping it soft. We want it to be soft. It's a cat. Of course it's going to be soft.
Not everybody gets that.
And Kristen, oh my gosh, she probably still thinks I was talking about one of you guys.
It's funny, but it's also not a terrible idea.
Let's see, let's get a little bit of black in there.
I was talking about this one. And I told her that. I just want someone's feelings together. Well, and then I, of course, I barely
I feel like those radio tubes are a form of artwork in and of themselves.
I've gone one.
All right, we're going to leave that alone.
Have a great day.
Bye now.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you.
This one is so pretty. That's my favorite.
Lots of fun folks have been by today. It's really been nice to talk to folks. Now I'm going to have to put some more white down because it's starting to get muddy. And we don't want it to get muddy. We will. I'm going to put some more white paint down, folks. Get some more paint. There we go. I'm doing good. If you ever get an opportunity to get something else to drink, would be great.
You want another one of those?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll never turn that down, but I hate for somebody to have to leave to go get it.
Yeah, next door. I'll get more popcorn.
Yes, because I'm like, this is my food today. This is my thing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you want the same one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Roscoe. I appreciate that. Yeah, I do. I usually try to call out some of the colors that I'm working with, especially on my, not necessarily always when I'm live streaming, but sounds like some construction is happening here today. I guess they're hanging paintings. But yeah, I try to call it out for those who are painting along. I have, sometimes folks are actually painting with me. All right, now that I've got clean paint, I can go ahead and hit the edges here. And sometimes I'll leave it a little bit more impasto, just like the light's catching it. Just like that. Sometimes you just gotta, see how frayed, I don't know if you can see how frayed my brush is. It's just kind of, I can use that to my advantage. Just call it, just do that. So I'm just going, so I'll put a darker color down first, and then I'll lighten it up with either a lighter version of the same color, just so I have something to jump off of. You'll hear me say I'm jumping this way, I can jump off of that color. And it creates that detail.
Let us get packaged up.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I would do cardboard probably.
Both?
Yeah, especially if it's shipped, so we might as well just do that. Can you take a picture of it? Sure, to show my friends. I'll ship it.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead a little bit darker in here.
Order up.
Ah, thank you. They're keeping me in cocktails
That's what I
and
told him.
popcorn.
I said we gotta feed the artists.
That's right.
Gotta
Thank you
feed the
so
artists.
much. Cocktails and popcorn.
See, what fun is here?
Hi, Jerry. You're asking, what colors do you use to get the orange color of the bobcat's coat? And I guess I'm looking through my monitor. I think you're seeing these colors, and I have it actually is. I have yellow ochre that I'm using and raw sienna, and it's the raw sienna by it's Blue Ridge Paints, made right in Asheville, North Carolina. So that is probably, I also have burnt sienna on my palette, but I don't know that there's burnt sienna in the nose, but not so much in the other parts of the fur.
You're like, how do you feel? He's like, I feel great. Every time he's just full of it.
I hope that answered your question, honey. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm using a cobalt blue, ivory black combination to get underneath this part of the cheekbone. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow ochre to it because it does have a greeny cast. So I'm gonna put that in there. It's a little bit greener. And since I have this already wet, I can do this and it makes sense to me. Yeah, makes the transition a little bit softer. I'll be able to put the blacks in too because of the stripes. Hi there. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm gonna put a little bit of that over here too because I need some other color to jump off of. Because I'm always jumping off of something. So I'm putting a little bit, I want to emphasize a little bit of the mouth a little bit more. And just a little bit over underneath here. Just like that. Sure, Jerry. I'm glad to. 3 pets. I really want to be an artist when I'm older like you. Well, how old are you? 3 pets? And thank you. How old are you? Because you're never too young to be an artist. I actually think we are all born as artists, and unfortunately so much of it gets worked out of us. So I'm glad you're an artist. I can't say. You can't say how old you are. All right, but when you're older like me, how old do you think I am? I can tell you how old I am. I'm 59. Okay, you're a teen. Okay, I gotcha. Oh, hi there. Who's this?
Beautiful. This is Poppy.
Poppy. Hi, Poppy.
Come see.
Now, what kind of dog is Poppy?
She's a little toy
toy poodle.
She is a toy poodle. I have a standard poodle.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I
Really?
do.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you
Everybody tells me how much they love
Oh
them.
my goodness. So this is your first?
Yeah, first poodle, yeah.
You're in for a treat.
Really? That's what everybody
So
says.
stinking smart.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I can tell already.
sensitive.
Easy
How
to
old is
potty
she? I have to hold her.
She's almost 4 months.
Hi, Poppy. Oh, she's so little. Baby breath. Yeah, you smell like a baby. I don't think my puppy was ever this little. Oh, she's so adorable.
Thanks. Happy. They're having a good
Now, is she
time.
going to be a silver?
It's what it's looking
Yeah,
like.
she
Yeah,
looks like she's-
that's
she's,
what the breeder says. Yeah.
She looks
you
like
know, she was all black when I got her.
Yeah, she'll clear to blue. She'll clear to blue, then to silver probably.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
what
to
they
see
call
that.
in the vet.
They're all born black, and then look at her little paws. Oh, she's
Right,
gonna be
she's so
beautiful. Now, have you taken her for her first groom yet?
My daughter did her a little bit, but she hasn't had a clipping, all the way yet.
Right.
They said wait a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, she's
'Cause
adorable.
she'll have to wait till she's fully
Vaccinated.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so much fun. You're gonna love this. You are in for
I
a
already
treat.
am. I mean,
You
she's
are in for a
gotten lot
treat.
easier now. She's adjusting to our routine and she sleeps all night.
I know she's gonna. I can tell.
She
I'm
goes
looking
to
at
her
how much she's cleared
pee-pad.
out. She's gonna be. She'll be a light silver.
Okay, all right. So you're familiar
My
with
my poodle is black.
Uh-huh.
But he's registered as a blue. His father, I'd show you on my phone, but we're videotaping. But but he is 3 years old now, and he's not cleared that much. Now his mother was a party, black and white party, and his father was a really intense blue. And I don't think he's gonna. But some of the other litter mates were bluer than Singer, so I don't think Singer's gonna get that blue. I think even this is the face.
But you've seen the light ones where they.
Oh yeah.
you've
When
seen
you start, when
Journey.
if she's already clearing that early,
Uh-huh.
she'll be silver.
Well, that's what.
I know puppies are so fun.
Y'all have to, hey, Tiffany.
I know we're playing with puppies, folks. We're playing with puppies here. If I get a chance to play with a puppy, it's all over. That's all I'm gonna do. Isn't she adorable?
She is.
Look at her little
So
tail.
When we saw her, a month ago, she was like this.
I got already. She's done gained. Yeah, I mean she's 2. What are you now?
2 pounds soaking wet.
7? Yeah. So yeah, she's gained a pound.
Before I had Singer, who's a standard, I had one that was a poodle Bichon mix.
Oh wow.
And Phoebe was 8 pounds as an adult.
Oh, was she? Yeah.
She just looked like, a lot of people thought she was a full Bichon with a docked tail.
That really.
But she was a poodle Bichon. It was nice because I got spoiled to the whole not shedding.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that's
That's
why
a
I went
nice
with the
mix,
standard. I said I don't not want a. I never want a dog again that is a shedding
We
dog.
were telling Suzanne about Anna and the talent there, and so.
That's right. We need to print Suzanne's work.
We were talking about that. I'm kind of excited about that.
Have you not done Giclées?
I have Giclées that actually a gentleman that bought one of my Giclées. I have the. Are you on Faso too, right? No, you have your own website from something else, right? Who do you have your website with? Who's your host?
Oh, the Fine Art Studios.
Okay, so you're with Faso.
Okay.
So of course Faso does have the print on demand,
Right,
which a
yeah.
gentleman that came in today, who wanted to come in, brought his Giclée that he got off the bat.
Oh, did he? Okay.
And I was actually pleased
Was it
with
pretty nice?
I was pleased with the
I
quality.
ordered one from it to see how it came out.
And I'm embarrassed to say I haven't done that.
Yeah.
But I have had people who have bought them and like a lot of people who just do the prints, just the on the paper.
Yeah.
And they'll bring them into the studio so I can just sign them for them. But
you could sell a lot in these little mountain towns that that you do yourself.
Right.
To profit yourself. More
well, that's
profit.
what I'm excited to hear about
She was
this.
asking about the price, and you know the prices better than
How
I
to do the prices?
Yeah. Well, the how much does it cost to do one? And I don't know enough about it yet to. But I'm going to have Anna give her a call and talk through it with her.
Because I know you've done a lot of them. With
it's a charge to have it captured, and then a charge for the color match.
Right.
So trying to think what it
You
ends
little
up
wiggle
being.
pants. Your puppy's a she's a wiggle pants.
Yeah, she's.
What is it now, 150? Is it 75 each, the capture and then the color match, first color match?
Well,
I can't even remember.
yeah, I think it's going.
I've got it all.
I want to say the capture and color are 130. Yeah, that's right.
Is that what it is?
I don't know the difference, but I don't know the breakdown. But the capture and the color are 130.
That's not bad. That's like really good.
I know, it's so
That's
worth it.
so.
You know, to archive, but you know, prints. I mean, it's a big part of my business.
Yeah.
And
she
I
does
was
this-
reluctant for a long time to go into
Oh,
prints,
I
but
think
when
it's
Fazo
so
offered it, I thought,
Yeah.
okay, I'll try it.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, I don't promote it. I don't do enough with it. And when somebody actually
Yeah.
does it, I'm always surprised to like, oh, somebody just
Oh,
bought a
when they
print.
ordered one.
And because I don't really do enough with it, but if I
Right.
actually had some, even in my studio.
Yeah, and you can get one at a time. See, that's the beautiful thing about a
Wow.
Chick-fil-A. There's
Yeah.
a price break when you get 5. or
Yeah,
more,
but I think of
um,
doing it,
But
getting
canvases
5,
especially, you know, you get 1 or 2 at a time.
and then you touch them,
And
and then you
I
paint
Yeah.
it.
like to embellish them,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Right.
think it makes a big
I
difference
think
to
that makes a
embellish them.
huge difference.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let's see.
And I like to do it in oils, and I just put a little Galkin medium in it to help it to dry faster.
Right.
But I have embellished them in acrylics, but I'm just not an acrylic person.
Right.
You work in oils.
I work in oils, although I did acrylic underpainting on both of these, just so
Okay,
I can
yeah.
have
Oh, yeah.
a starting point.
Yeah, absolutely. They're beautiful, beautiful.
Let's see.
Portraits when
I
they're
posted
well
a photo of
done.
my artwork on my channel.
Yes. Yes, they're incredible, aren't they?
So y'all been busy today, huh?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There's been a lot of folks that I got to meet today.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's been
good.
fun.
It's been quiet. I've been so glad because I've gotten like 5 finished.
Oh,
you know, I
good.
needed to do
Yeah.
finishing touches
So,
and framing and stuff
You're
today.
like
and
me,
I'm
it's
like,
like-
I didn't want to see anybody.
But that's me. I
I
have
feel
my
so
gallery
overwhelmed.
studio. I'm like, oh no, there's somebody
I know.
gonna come in.
I know.
And that's like
My-
so wrong. That's not the attitude that you should have, but I do the
gosh,
same
after
thing.
so many years, it's just like,
She just got a photo too. I'm so excited.
I know.
Is her little ear
She
infection
doesn't
gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
Look at her turning
She got a little
gray.
bad.
That she's gonna clear
I
the
know,
silver,
she
I can
did.
tell.
Silver.
Yeah.
So Suzanne's familiar, so she definitely
Oh,
said she
because
is.
Singer,
Definitely happened.
She
oh,
has
Singer's
that
a
lighter.
Singer is a blue
Like he's a standard, right?
standard, but a lot of his father is completely blue. So as they get older,
oh, she's
Oh, your neighbor.
I'm
Joe,
your-
oh,
You
Joe
live
or
in
Suzanne?
No, my mom's Janine.
oh, that's what I was gonna say, not Joe. I was gonna say, I don't recognize you.
See you.
You too.
I've been wondering
So
about
Singer,
Janine.
one of
She
his
almost
parents
did.
are.
His father is blue. I'll show you a picture of him later. He is absolutely, so if you looked at, so he is registered as a blue, but he's never really cleared to blue.
Okay.
He's kind of blue, and as he gets older, like if you part his hair, just like if you blow on her hair and you look at her skin, it's lighter and lighter.
Yeah.
But she will be silver. She will be almost white.
Even from when she first got her.
Right. She'll be silver.
I'm looking at things.
Oh, you're
Take a send her a picture.
Oh, carving on emu eggs. That's cool. That's something I never. Carving on emu eggs. I like to see that.
Now tell me which one you are.
I'm the middle child.
Joanne.
I have a few of your pieces.
Joanne and Kevin. Oh, you have the little hummingbird
Yes.
floral down there.
Yes.
I came across y'all's picture the other day
Yes.
where I took your and Janine's picture.
Yes.
Put those in there.
There's you and
Kathy
and
and my younger sister, Christy.
Christy. Okay.
I've never done hand carving either.
I've met all of you and then the kids. Are you?
I've been involved with our carousel though. We have a carousel in Kingsport, Tennessee. I was the lead painter, but I didn't do any of the carving, and it was really fascinating to see the folks that did do the carving. It's crazy. It's amazing what they're able to do.
Something happened, you know, she was upset. Yeah.
Nice seeing you.
Anyway, it was fun. Nice to see you too.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Say hello.
I will.
Anxious for
And
me.
no more big trucks coming down the road. I was just telling him you must be so happy that there's no more trucks coming down.
Oh, yeah, no, it is nice now.
Nice and quiet.
Oh, my goodness, what an ordeal that was.
I don't know who it was, but someone had texted her.
What country do I live in? I'm here in the U.S. I'm from Kingsport, Tennessee.
Sent her a text
And
saying there's
but I'm actually painting out of today. I'm in one of the art galleries that carries my work called Twigs and Leaves Gallery in Waynesville, North Carolina. And that's where we're painting today doing this. But join if you're able to get on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
You can watch a lot of my videos that are painted in my studio in Kingsport.
Near there, texted her, and I was like, say thank you.
That's the first
And give
time
them
we
my phone number.
Yeah, first time we had a mom and pups that I know of.
Well, I take my dog out early in the morning, and I'm always like, I'm like, I don't wanna look at my phone, I'm
Right.
like, look all around constantly, trying to make sure that there's no,
I know.
I just wanna see them.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fun to see them, but it's scary to walk out your door and there they are, you know, and you got a
it's,
dog or
well,
something.
Tiffany lives on the Maggie side of the mountain up at about 4,400 feet.
Oh, wow.
And she has one that has regularly been walking around.
Visitors.
Yeah.
Visitors with what? Bears?
Bears.
Bears, yeah.
We have those in Kingsport.
Yeah, that's
Because they
right.
were so.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy.
They're really getting everywhere, you know, everybody's talking about them. Are you here for the week?
All right, well, thank you for subbing. I appreciate you for subbing there, the three pets. And you're in the UK and England. My daughter spent some time studying. She was in college. She went to the, oh gosh, now you think I should be able to know this, right? Where she went to school in England, in Nottingham Trent. She was at Nottingham Trent, and with a degree in art.
Started FSU. Oh, yeah, they were really good. Yeah, I got a piece here from Amanda a couple of years ago when she, I think for her 16th birthday. And then,
I am going to pull this up a little
Amanda
bit.
just turned 16, so.
Oh, my goodness, I cannot believe they're
So are they with
16
you or
and
they
18.
just, are they?
Amanda just started FSU.
Thank you so much. This is a bobcat. It's some wildlife that's indigenous to our area. It's a wild type of cat, if you're not familiar. And since I am painting in North Carolina, this is something that you would see crossing the street around here. That and black bear are very common in this area. And elk. We've got a lot of elk too.
Yeah.
Nice talking to you.
Oh, you too, Joanne.
No fun. I love your puppy. Poppy. That's a perfect name too.
Well, it just seems suitable, you know, it just seemed to fit her.
I
I wanted
went-
to give her a really cool artist French name, you know.
I went with
Poppy was
my dog's
actually on
name
the
is
list.
Singer after John Singer Sargent.
Oh, neat, I love that.
To try.
What happened to your foot?
Straight.
Oh my gosh, really?
You want me to hold?
I'm having a lot of
Here, honey.
stuff.
You just whichever arm.
Oh, sure.
She's like, anybody loves the whole puppy. Whichever arm's giving you trouble, it keeps you from being able to bend it.
Yeah,
And then
so
just-
especially at night,
Yeah.
so you can.
So
not
you
get
can do
it.
it on either one.
Oh, wow.
And I've got another one at home, so I don't need it back.
Okay.
They sent me two. They wanted me to do both.
I
at
like
once,
that I
but
get to
couldn't
play with
get-
puppies.
goes
You
like
can't
this.
see this,
Yeah, you
but
want
I'm
the-
holding a
you
little
want
puppy,
this,
and it's so adorable.
You
It's a
want
little.
that straight part to be, yeah, that needs to go
Underneath.
over
Right,
your
underneath,
elbow
yeah,
to
to
keep
keep
your
it
elbow
straight.
from
So what's
moving.
wrong with your
Wow.
arm, Jim?
I don't know if it's
She's
a
getting
carpal
some
tunnel.
numbness, which
Lot
is
of
good.
numbness.
Oh, oh.
This week I've been so much worse.
Is it the last
I can't
three
even
fingers?
sleep.
That's a carpal tunnel.
And I hadn't
Joe.
noticed the last three so much. It's just.
Do you sleep like this?
I think I do that during this night. I try to
I
stay
like this.
straight,
Yeah.
but I
See,
think
I,
I
do,
wake
I
up and
curl
I'm
mine
like,
chin like this.
yeah,
You can't.
I know you can't do it. That's why she's
sleep,
giving me this.
well, when I
this
was
whole-
during COVID, I was having that, and they said it was from that constant bend if you're on a keyboard or you're on
Right.
your phone, and so they said if you
any repetitive.
Yeah, and
So
when
you
I
haven't had
do
any
that-
problem with painting?
just holding it straight.
Oh gosh,
to
I hope
kind of
not. That
force
never
it.
happens. 'Cause I can't.
I hope it's not. I hope it is just that I'm doing this at night.
When you
plus
sleep?
the repetitive stuff, but
And also, like, no salt. Try not to do salt.
salt, really?
The reason I say
do
that is
like
because
salt.
it causes inflammation. You want to play?
Oh,
I know. I don't want to hog her
salt.
up, but it's fun to play with puppies.
So I haven't.
Add
Oh, I
it
know.
so much.
You're so tiny, puppy.
Is she not that, like, smell her breath? She's got puppy breath. I love puppy breath.
Oh, I was thinking it was gone, but you
Oh,
do
no.
smell it? Really?
I
Y'all
can smell a little
it?
bit. Look at her face.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, she'll
she's
have
gonna
puppy
be
breath.
so pretty.
Oh,
No.
I'm excited. She's gonna be.
Have you seen Anna's puppy yet?
Yes, oh yeah.
They had little play dates.
Oh, that's right,
She said
yes,
puppy
yes.
was that.
When did you get her?
The middle of May, I guess
Okay.
it was. Yeah, she was 8 weeks.
Right.
So.
Puppies.
Hey, puppies.
She knows her
Do you
name.
use poppy
she
oil
knows
when you
her
paint?
name.
Do you ever use the poppy oil? Or, I don't know.
I haven't. She's really fun and she's so well
Her little
behaved.
tail. I just feel her little,
I know.
little butt tail just going.
She's just so good.
It's good, and it's so good that you take her with you places and you get her exposed to so many different situations.
My dog, when I get home tonight, last night she
Beelines
was like,
it
who
over
have you
to
been
the
touching?
other.
Yeah, I smell the
Just
dogs.
sniffing my face and
She's like, how dare you go out there and do that?
Sometimes I forget.
we have puppies here, we have art, we have everything.
I got it all.
That's worth coming in.
Yes. Oh, she's for your
Baby or just tiny?
She's baby. She's how old is she?
She's almost 4 months now.
Yeah, but she's always going to be a
3 months
baby.
and 3
That one will
Yeah.
always be a baby. I can tell.
Probably about 5 pounds.
Does she fit in your pocket?
So
I feel like she could
she
just
won't
hang
be
out.
still. I mean, coming down the sidewalk, she was so excited to see everybody. She stood on her back legs straight out for
Oh,
me.
and
I'm
she
like,
just
well,
had to, like-
maybe it is going to work to put her in one of those little packs where their
And you
legs
know
hang
what?
out the front.
When I had my little dog, it was so easy to take her to like just restaurants.
Yeah.
And you can,
She's
you know,
in
you
her little
put her in your
carrier.
purse, you know, and I would take her to Nashville with me.
Yeah.
She sat right on my lap
So
driving.
you could get in.
But not so much with a
It's not so
standard.
safe.
My dog has to ride in the trunk. Like I say a trunk, but I have a SUV, so he rides in the back. But yeah.
She's in her little carrier. I mean, we were in
Hi.
I know, you need to come check it out. Get out of the way. It's beautiful, Suzanne.
Thank you, Joe. We're having fun, y'all. Hey, Bill, you're here. I'm going to have to bring my puppies by the studio if Singer doesn't mind. What kind of dogs do you have, Bill? I'm just curious. Now, I will warn you. Singer is a lot of dog. He will be all over your dogs, and he's not aggressive. It's just that he is a lot. So he would probably be very intimidating to any dog, just saying. But I would appreciate it if you could look at my art and community post and comment. I will at some point. I can't obviously right now since I am working. But 3 Pets, I'll be glad to look at your art. Hi there, how are you?
Good, how's it going?
It's going. Can't complain. Yeah, this is what we're working on today.
Is your cat?
It is a bobcat, and no, it's not mine.
It's a bobcat.
It's a bobcat.
They don't make good pets.
And then this little owl piece was completed earlier today. So we're gonna wrap this one up. Hopefully, I say by 4 o'clock, probably not by 4 o'clock. I'll work until this one's finished. So,
Beautiful.
thank you very much. I appreciate it. You have a Labradoodle and a Lab mix. Awesome. So they're big enough, Bill, that Singer would not overpower them. Singer's a friendly dog. He's just a lot of dog. That's all I can say about that. I would meet you outside with your dogs and let Singer see. But you know what? I'm waiting for you to come by. And I'm waiting for you to come join us in a class, Bill. How's your shoulder doing? I hope your shoulder is improving and you're feeling better. I know you've had some work done on it. We're just doing, I'm just holding the brush to the side. I just realized how late it was. And I'm gonna try my best to finish this piece up today. But I've been running my mouth and playing with puppies. And so when you run your mouth and play with puppies, sometimes you paint a little bit slower. I've got to, so I'm wiping my brush off a lot.
I'll be ready to hang.
This has been a fun day. There's a lot of activity downtown, Waynesville, North Carolina. And yes, I have a mouthful of popcorn right now. And I've done that.
You already finished the other?
Yeah, it's down here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Melissa, you've been busy.
I have. Alright, let me get one more. Turn around. Perfect.
Thanks. Yeah, you've been busy.
We have been busy.
It's been a good day.
It has been, yeah.
Is it like this pretty much most Saturdays?
In season it is, yes.
So this is considered in season.
Yes.
What's not season?
March and April.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Now I just realized I've been talking to. We've had a lot of folks on YouTube, and and there's just been a lot of really it's been fun having a lot of folks. I feel like I'm never painting alone, and just all different folks from all over the country.
I bet Nikki likes that owl.
Peggy's already. Roger's hoping it gets sold so he doesn't have to have it again. Another owl in his house.
She's got a beautiful display up there.
How many? I know she's got one, or does she have two of my owl pieces? Does she get the?
I don't know, one or two.
Right.
She's got several others, and they look really nice the way she put them together.
Oh, I'm sure she's probably does a great job with that.
She did a great job. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Anything you need?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Tiffany's been keeping me in cocktails and popcorn. I'm good. I got cocktails and popcorn. I'm like, I'm golden. All right, so Bill, you're still healing and in PT until August, getting it to work again. Was going to stop by the other day, but you looked busy. You know what, Bill? I'm going to say something to you. I'm busy all the time, but don't let that keep you from coming by and saying hi. All right? If I can't, I may not be able to, but don't ever not stop by the studio just because I look busy. Because if that were the case, I'd never get to see you. So please stop by. Sangamitra, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Kimberly, thank you so much too. Wow, I feel like I'm getting to know all these people in here.
So Susanna,
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that.
she'll be in this week. Yeah, I think she said, yeah, they're
I'm gonna put a little bit of burnt sienna in this just because I want to. Warm it up down here towards the bottom. And I will be signing these pieces. And these pieces, of course, are for sale. Now, if you were here earlier, you saw me painting on the owl piece. I have the horned owl. And I know that the owner of the gallery would love it if somebody would buy that owl so his wife does not buy it. Because, Peggy really loves owls. And so do Roger a favor and purchase this owl piece that I did earlier. So if you're curious, you'll have to go on later and see it.
No, she said she's coming in this week.
Okay, we're going to put a little bit of this on top of this.
The reading looks better than the original.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You have a fabulous day.
Thank you.
Thank you. People are so kind. I love it. Okay, we're gonna put a little bit of this blue down here and put a little bit of titanium white. Whew. Yeah, I'm tired, y'all. So we've been painting, whatever 186 minutes and 35 seconds is. I don't know. Hi there. Hi. Okay, let's get that eye in. I need to focus in here. I'm gonna first do this. So I can use, this is a flat brush. I mean, it lets me get a little sharp angle in there. Then I can just pull up on it. And I'm going to just, the direction of the hair here.
Like they just run around and around, yeah. Well, so he's gonna be the shop dog for Anna. So wherever the shop ends up, we'll be like, I have to go over to the shop. I'm sorry, there's some important business. I need puppy snugs. Courtney doesn't get jealous. Like she wasn't like her tail was wagging, but she was all up in my face like sniffing, and she's like, what are you doing? Because Bean was all over. Oh, I wish you could meet. You'll meet Bean, Suzanne. Like when you.
And what kind of dog is it?
She's another one like Poppy, like a poodle of some sort.
Okay.
Oh wait, I have a picture of her.
She's going to be somewhere between 15 and 30 pounds.
Okay, little dog.
Hold on, she sent me a picture of her, but she has the most beautiful coloring.
I want to see.
Different colors.
I've just been. Oh my God.
Yes.
I would say that is an Australian
Doodle.
doodle.
Yeah.
That is an Australian poodle mix right there. Aussie doodle.
And she's what?
That's
she's
a
gonna be
cute
between
dog.
13 and 30, but she's got like, she's almost like that gray, purple, brown in
That
the
is
back,
a
and then
merle.
more merle.
That's a red merle, and that is I would say that's an Aussie doodle if I was to guess. And look, the little chip of blue in the eye.
Yep.
And the little.
You know, it's funny. I was thinking Aussie. But I
Aussie
didn't think
doodle.
Aussie Doodle, and she may have told us that. Let me see what she
Aussie
said.
poodle mix, Australian Shepherd poodle mix. I'm guessing.
Let's see.
Yeah,
We're
they're-
getting our puppy. Bean.
Sung Amitra, thank you so much. Is this your
Brian's
first time
checking
joining
the
you
guest
live? Thank you so much for being here. I am right now in Waynesville, North Carolina, painting at the Twigs and Leaf Art Gallery in Waynesville, North Carolina. So, but I'm originally my studio is in Kingsport, Tennessee,
We'll sign in under our name.
if that makes sense. And so we're here in the United States. Okay, so Bill, you asked if I was painting on wood panel. I'm actually painting on masonite. These are masonite panels, and I'm gonna stretch that eye out a little bit more. I like painting on masonite. It gives me a super smooth surface to paint on, which allows me to get a lot of detail, which I love. And I'm bringing that little bit of this darker color in here. I'll put the Well, hi. It looks like you've been doing some shopping.
I have been, and you know, look where I got
Yeah,
something.
masked.
Did I get a discount?
No, you didn't give you a discount or anything. Oh man.
No. I'm gonna see what's downstairs. Not come
Oh, they got all kinds of good stuff. I've had folks that came all the way from Kingsport that were here for this event. Putting a little bit of light here.
All these like this are like hundreds.
Those are cute.
That may not have been what she was talking.
So yes, I am painting on a gessoed panel. And I brought the frames with me so that once these are dry, they can be hung on the wall and ready for their new home. So I'm putting some of the dark paint here. There we go. There we go. Sorry, I keep hitting the edge of to clean my brush off.
I don't see a frog in those
I'm going to put a color. Let's just do this a little bit deeper here. Okay, we're going to put. Now, when I do this, I have to use a really light hand because if I don't, it will blend, and I don't want it to blend. So we're going to do it again, like that. Now I'm going to take white and just hit the corners here. There we go. So we got some life in that cat's eyes, right? I'm going to take artistic license here. Put a little bit of light in the lower part of the eye. I'm putting white, but I don't like how green it is. This cat has more like bluey green eyes, and I don't want it to be too green. So I'm going to go ahead and put some. Like that. Just a little bit of light. Hi there.
How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing today?
All right.
Good. Is it warmed up? Is it a little toasty outside?
It is.
If you need me to bring anything back, just let me know.
I'll probably just take pictures and start.
Let's just start getting a little bit
Get an
of
idea of what we
yeah,
think.
just trying to visualize and how much space across it'll take for
Well, these are
squares.
what, 30 by 30s? Yeah, so 30 by 30, that's probably a 32 or 6. 36.
That's 36?
This middle one here,
Yeah.
yeah. 36,
36.
32s, and that's probably a 32 wide. 30. 30, 30, 36, 30. So
So that's 60, 90, and 36. 90 and 36 would be about how many inches? And of course, with little ones, you're gonna have a couple inches between each one, so it's gonna make it.
And what I usually do, I mean, we can get the ish of what we want, but usually I start with a lot.
I'm going to go in a little bit closer to this part of the eye.
We'll put it in the window.
Somewhere else.
Or, yeah.
Right. So
Did
that's
you
what I
put
want you to
Brianna's,
see, is how it's gonna coordinate.
Pieces in the window there?
No.
I just did that this morning. I added.
It's nice, yeah.
These windows, we normally do them about monthly. So I came in.
See you, Roger.
All right, see you, Joe.
She's fun.
She really is.
She's
yeah.
fun.
We took her over to when we were, she was really kind of instrumental in us buying the business over there.
Right.
Because she's such a firm believer in it. So the three of us went over one day, and on the way back we stopped at Sierra Nevada. Sierra Nevada has this incredible brewery and restaurant and.
Okay, so you didn't actually go to Sierra Nevada.
No.
You went, okay, I'm like, what? Wait, what?
They have a brewery there in south of Asheville.
Gotcha.
And very close to where the studio is.
Gotcha. How neat. Well, she just seems like so much fun. I can tell.
Yeah. But you get Tiffany and Joe together.
Forget about it, right?
It's just that I couldn't get a word in.
But that's also fun. I can see that. That's okay, though. That's fun. All right, we're getting getting close, folks. I'm tired.
You said you were looking for a frog?
Yeah.
Well, there's one over here.
Oh, yeah. So she was looking for a frog version of this, which I don't recall ever having. But yeah, we're gonna ship her one of these.
Oh, okay.
I have another.
Okay, good. Hi there, how are you today?
I'm doing well.
Let us know if we can help you with anything.
Thank you. Which one do you like better?
Yeah, I would say this guy. Yeah.
Oops.
Have a good day.
Too much.
I'll get that ready to go.
Okay, perfect.
Come on, Sue. Everybody went very quiet. Let's get some little stripes in here.
Get out of here.
Did you find something good?
Well, that's a pretty good one right over there, I think.
I know, it's an amazing piece. You really need that in your home.
Quite an artist.
That's right. You need to get that one in your house.
Yeah, I wondered what in the world happened to that one.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
Okay. I like the restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Boot Jumps, I've been there with my sister and her
I was going
husband.
to say, your sister, didn't she work here at one time?
She does, not at the gallery, no.
She does?
No, she never worked at this gallery. She's a nurse.
Okay.
My
For
sister's
some
a,
reason, I was thinking that she worked here at one point.
no.
Well, then I guess you did almost all these little stores.
Yeah, there's lots of good places and fun stuff to see.
Yes,
This is a fun town.
It is. I didn't realize there was this much here because I have never actually stopped here before.
Right.
I've just driven down the main street. This is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a very fun place to
There's
be.
quite a bit. Did I tell you about going to Floyd, Virginia?
No?
Okay, I didn't. I'll tell you later.
Yeah,
I stopped in Floyd twice last month. Floyd is like 5% of this.
right. Right, not as much, huh?
No, not quite as much. It's
Right.
like 400 people in the whole town.
Oh,
There's
boy.
like 6 stores and
Yeah.
2 restaurants.
There you
But
go.
let's remind you of the large one.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right. I hope
I'm
you're-
glad you were
hope
able to
you're
come
doing
by.
well. I may run by Monday and say hi.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you then. See ya. Bye.
Oh, I'm going next door. You know what's next door?
What's that?
Kilwins.
Huh?
Kilwins.
I don't know what that is. Oh, is it the
Ice cream.
Oh yeah, that's what she was saying.
It's the
I'm
best
not a
ice
bit-
cream in the world.
Oh, I don't even eat it. I barely ever eat it.
I don't eat it much, but
But when you're here,
When I'm
you
here,
go eat it.
exactly.
Go enjoy your ice cream. It's been nice to have a lot of folks come by. Let's see here what we got here. Let's put some black in there. My goal is to get this done, folks. It's only 4 people on right now. I hope to get this done very soon. I'm very tired at this point, folks. And I'm going to go ahead and give it a little floop, floop. Even bobcats will have kind of like a lynx tip to their ear, even though this is a bobcat. It's not a lynx. They have those little tufted ears sometimes. And that's kind of fun. There's a lot more detail that can go into this ear. So we got this, come on, Sue, get that to stick together.
It's just one of these.
Hi there, how are you?
You're doing a painting.
I am doing a painting.
Shop look like where I got you those funky earrings and beautiful so much like this.
But they have, yeah.
See, this is what
No, it's just like one of those, oh, look, oh, look, oh, look, oh, look.
It's fun to hear what people think about this gallery. It is a beautiful, beautiful art gallery with so much, but the energy of the people that work here is what truly makes this gallery amazing.
See, I love these things where they're pinched in enough so that you just, they fit the hand. Usually do, but we're out. So, well, it's a lot of it's this.
We're going to just put a little dark in that. Wow, we don't have very many people on right now. I'm anxious to be able to be finished, guys. I don't mind telling you, but I'm tired. 4 hours is a long time to paint. Straight, standing up, and being on. But I do appreciate you folks joining me today. I really do. You guys have been awesome. I think you folks have been tired watching too, huh? Okay, we're gonna put some light in here. Still learning things. Thanks. I am so glad, Jerry. I'm glad you're there. I could tell you. You could probably tell I'm waning. I'm tired. I've not been talking much. I'm. We're all still learning things, and that even Michelangelo said that when he was 89 years old. I'm still learning, and I so appreciate that. We're all still learning, or we should all still be learning. Okay, we're getting it. It's been fun to listen to all the different people. I'm gonna clean that off. I'm getting ready to wrap it up. It looks like we have 5 people still on. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking it out if you were here from the beginning. I'm running out of steam, but I'm getting close to the finish line here. I'm going to bring that out all the way over.
Well, great, welcome. Thank you, I just absolutely adore it.
This is a lot bigger.
We do as well.
And I have to put some whiskers in on this cat. Now, before, you see these whiskers here and the whiskers up here, I actually used when the paint is wet, you can carve out the paint. I don't think it's gonna work now. I can try it. And if I just took this and went, it's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to paint in my whiskers here. I still want some dark though here. Oops, that's not good. You can tell I'm just getting tired, I'm getting sloppy. Okay, I'm going to go back in here. There. And there's little tiny hairs, but none of my brushes are really that good. And I will say that having the right brush for the job is really important. And so I'm just gonna. I'll just do that. Oopsie. I'm already out of Gamsol. I'm going to deepen the green in this cat's eye down below. better. I'm gonna just strengthen that eye, the pupil a little bit more. Okay, that looks better. There we go. That makes me happy. All right. I'm looking to see if there's anything that just really stands out. And
And what's gonna happen, he's gonna take the, ooh, I know. It's like
hi there. Just putting in little hairs here and there. Trying to keep a light hand. I am getting tired. I don't mind telling you. I'm pooped. Huh? I'll wrap it up when this one's finished. I'll be done. Well, I just like to finish the pieces so I can leave them with you. And I have the actual frames for these pieces. That's right, you do. See, it's been that long a day. Like I'm forgetting what even happened here. All right, we're gonna do that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Just know I'm very, very tired at this point.
I'm sure. Oops. Turn it on. 2. Oh, look up. There you go. Now I'll take one more while you're hard at work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's go home.
All right. You have a good
You need to go
evening.
home too, huh?
I'll be staying at my sister's tonight.
Okay, good for you.
All right. See you later. Thanks for coming by. Oh, it's like I don't want to do the. I know I need to. All right, come on, Sue, get the. I don't know. When you paint, do you talk to yourself, like me? I'm oftentimes talking to myself when I'm painting. All right, see, I like that. That gives it a little bit of light. And I'm going a little impasto down here, but that's okay. Like it's just catching the light there. Oops. Sometimes I'm pressing a little too hard and I'm getting too big a blob. That's an actual, artist term, a blob. No, it really isn't, but it is when I say it. Folks, I'm tired. we're going to take a little bit of oil and a little bit of titanium white and try to do these whiskers. It's too fat. No better critic than talking to yourself. Well, I talk to myself all the time, so if you really want to know the truth, I'm probably my worst critic. Oops, that's too fat. So when it gets too fat like that, I'll take a clean brush, a relatively clean brush, and I'm about out of paint thinner. And I'll sometimes just go right next to it and skinny it up, just like that. Or just paint the next dark color next to it. And just let it be. Let's put that green in here. So I'll just go right underneath it and just kind of, yeah. Of course, whiskers are important on cats. All right, folks, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. I am tired, I'm tuckered out, plumb tuckered. I bet you never hear that word very often. So here you go. For those who are tuned in and were watching. And of course, we also have the owl we worked on before. So that's the setup. And here's the rest of the gallery. You can see it's been a fun day. A lot of folks have been by today. And it has been a lot of fun. So I'll flip this around here. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, I am tired, I'm tuckered out, and I am ready to call it a day. So thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you being here. It's been fun. Y'all have been awesome. There's been so many neat folks from all over the world joining us on this YouTube channel today, and I appreciate you so very much. Know that I am teaching a workshop in Cartersville, Georgia at the Booth Art Museum. You can join, if you go online to Booth Art Academy, you can jump on and find me, Suzanne Barrett Justis, and I am teaching a 2-day pet portrait painting workshop. Say that 3 times real fast. And I'd love to see you. I'd love to have you there for the workshop. If you can't join me, know that sometimes I do for pay where you can watch the workshop. And so that's also an option. But please join me if you can, and we'll have us a good little time. It's been really fun. It's been a fun day. And yeah, until next time, from Waynesville, North Carolina, and Twigs and Leaves Art Gallery, I hope to see you soon. Thank you so, so very much. Bye.